Fucking Total Recall.
Total Recall.
Yes. Forget about the movie they redid, though. Ooh.
No, fuck that. It wasn't even on Mars.
Oh, that's the one with fucking Colin Farrell. I heard it's really bad.
It wasn't all right. It was good for the movie. It wasn't
Right.
Total Recall.
Okay, got you.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a bad movie, but when you start labeling classics, wasn't no fucking Total Recall.
Because I'm a big fan of Philip.
Welcome everyone to
Wasted with fucking Wize with the smallest dick in the game.
Don't be jealous because mine's still functional. There you go.
Look, motherfucker, I still compete.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Your bitch ass. It might be long as fuck, but I don't give a fuck. It's still shooting blanks. Blank is a blank, motherfucker.
He's got a point. He's got a point, Lemon.
Yo, listen, I'm shooting blanks because my doctor was good, motherfucker. All right, it worked.
I ain't shooting blanks because all my women want what I got to give them.
Why is this shit telling me to log into Twitter?
Fucking, I got like a brief pop-up saying put your password. I was like, huh?
No, because when I think it was a Windows update, they signed you out.
Yeah, they do.
I'm gonna do it for mine.
Now that the shit show of Twitter is over from last week, that sort of is a notch under our belt, if you will, you know. So that's good. But anyways, welcome everyone to Wasted with Wize, episode 87.
Yes.
So yes, got a whole lot of shit to go down tonight. So we're let's go ahead and get started with our intro so we can go ahead and get into the topic. So the man to my immediate right, Lord Metroid, my man. How's your week been going? What you been doing? What you been playing, boss?
I am doing great. I'm still playing Returnal.
Oh my God! Oh my fucking God!
The fuck?
No, fuck that! No, fuck that!
I
told you I'll help you play.
It must be a sexy Boricua waiting for you at the end of the game. What the fuck, bro?
Yeah, it's a sexy Boricua lady waiting for me at the end. So I'm all I love. I just want to get all the. I'm not a trophy dude or achievements. But I just want to complete the whole game. I have like maybe 3 more achievements and I'm trophies. I'm good with it. I just glad
definitely
to be here.
No sexy Boricua on a fucking Returnal. It looks like Rachel Maddow with 2 different color eyes.
Yeah,
that's right. That's an accurate description of the bitch.
Like, she's ugly as hell. Yeah, he's right. Super's right.
What is the deal with Western developers and making a fine ass lead role model? Like, what is?
I don't know.
Back in the day with Laura Croft, there was nothing.
Everybody doesn't look good. That's not even fucking realistic.
Yeah, he's got a point there.
You got ugly people out here.
I don't.
Yeah, and ugly people don't want to play as ugly people.
Ugly is subjective, right? Right. That's how it goes.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that, Triple.
I don't log into a fucking game to take a shit, pay taxes, and do groceries.
Listen, all these fat, ugly people that are like,
you know what, Metroid, this is my fault. If I didn't interrupt you,
deal with it.
Yeah, I know. Shut up.
Yeah,
I'm glad to be here on this great show, and shout out to the chat. Without them, we have no show. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm just still on Returnal.
Put your ass on camera. Show some courage.
No, don't put your ass on camera. This is not Uno After Dark on 360. Don't do that. But we get your point, Wize.
Well, yeah, I'm glad to be here.
All right. Okay. The man to his immediate right, Triple, my man. How's your week been going? How you been doing? What you been doing? What you been playing?
I'm good. I went back to playing God of War Valhalla because I totally forgot I was playing that. So I went back to playing that. Yes.
Hold up. What the fuck do you mean you forgot that you were playing it?
I be juggling so many games that sometimes I forget what I started, what I dropped, and what I didn't. So yeah, so
it's God of War Valhalla. It's not Pac-Man.
Well, no, it's not bad. It's just that since it is a roguelike experience, I was like, I've been dying so much, I'm just move on to something else. And I forgot that was in the run in the middle
God of War
Valhalla.
Valhalla is a roguelike. Somebody shut this young motherfucker's mic off.
It's a roguelike experience.
He got tired of it. Then he went.
It is a roguelike experience. You log in. Each run is different with your different skill sets. So that's how roguelikes are.
It's just 80s, but looks better.
Yeah, exactly. So, but it is still a great game. But yeah, I'll get my ass kicked by Tier and all that. It's still great. It's a good game. Was playing the Monster Hunter collab with the Street Fighter collab. So you have Akuma, and it's just funny doing full combos against monsters. So that's it's great. The funny thing is, it's like in the game, your hunter finds Akuma. It's like, hey man, you're fucking up the ecosystem, just killing things, just to be killing them. And he just turns around and does the whole 1,000-year death, whatever it is. And just kicks your hunter's ass. I was like, okay. Yeah, that's exactly. I've seen people doing some crazy stuff with that. So that's
in what game? In what game?
In Monster Hunter, they put Akuma in Monster Hunter, so you can do like actual combos and
Street Fighter Monster Hunter collaboration.
Yeah, it's great. Like I wasn't usually the past to do like a skin of Street Fighters, but they actually it's not like a full combo. It's assisted combos, but you do like actual Shoryukens, Hadokens, Tatsumakis, and stuff.
Okay, that'll make me play this shit now.
It's great. I love it. It's actually pretty good.
Because that's what made me play Smash Brothers when they put the Street Fighter characters. I said, I'm playing now.
I don't even want to play. I just want to sit back and watch somebody play. I just want to see somebody Hadouken a fucking.
You like to sit back and watch.
At my age, that's all you can do anymore. With my heart.
What's good, you fucking people in the chat? Shout out to the chat.
Shout out to the great chat.
I just want to see somebody tiger punch a fucking dinosaur.
It's great. It's great. It's a great game. And then they I'm not gonna lie, they had they gave the handler character almost you can get a Chun-Li skin or a Cammy skin. I had to pick up the Cammy skin. It's actually pretty good. So
you just want to watch bouncing titties, you weirdo.
Yeah. Chun-Li was the OG, but Cammy
they did so with it. It's actually a really good skin. I ain't gonna lie. She actually gets into a fighting stance. I was like, okay, let's see what y'all doing. But it's a great collab so far. So
yeah, I tried to play Monster Hunter Wilds. It's a great game, but it's just not for me. You know what I mean?
No, that's fair. That's fair.
You just want to chase the game with fucking fake Puerto Ricans at the end. I know.
I tried looking for the 11, but I couldn't find shit. What can I tell you?
He only wants to play games.
Why don't you just throw out some paper towels? They'll come out.
Yeah, get some pasteles. They'll come out.
That's a nice cup. That's a nice cup.
Thank you.
You should put it over your face so we don't see you the rest of the show.
That's a good one. I like that. That's a good one. Speaking of assholes, the asshole to his bottom.
Go ahead, Super. Go ahead. Do your intro.
You're talking about me?
Said asshole.
Well, the two assholes are on the bottom, so
yeah.
Which one? Tweedledum,
We're rock, paper, scissors for that shit.
We like Mario and fucking Luigi, asshole brothers. Shit. Let's go.
Yeah.
What is your ass, Lemon? With player 2?
This is what happens when you're 30 minutes late. I'm right 5 sips in already, motherfucker.
There you go.
Tell us
I rushed home from work.
Man, what you been doing?
Yo, let me. Now you told them that the real asshole me. Listen. Okay. First of all, I beat Call of Duty Battle Pass. I'm excited. Then, of course, a new one started, but fucking Call of Duty. I've been playing Spider-Man.
Ah, interesting. PS5.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I want to call Sony a fucking liar.
What they do?
They got another 19-inch sale of the fucking Part 2 collectors that they said they were sold out. And why they keep miraculously every fucking time they have a sale, their fucking game goes on sale with the statue. Y'all ever notice that?
Which one has the statue again?
The Spider-Man 2 with the 19-inch Venom holding both Spider-Mans is fighting.
What was that? 19?
They have it again. And I'm like, y'all motherfuckers never sold out. Y'all lying. That was a limited run. They said sold out when you tried to buy it. Then it came up last Christmas. They put it up again. And they put it up this week again. I said, yo, and it's fucking like for $119. You know how much I spent for that shit?
That's just a marketing tactic.
You're
when you buy the statue.
Let me put it in perspective. You ain't giving anybody shit. All right? You ain't giving anybody shit besides plastic and cardboard.
I don't give a fuck. It makes me happy.
Why the fuck wouldn't you make another copies of it?
King David told me,
man.
He said, stop buying that shit and keep buying the statues. I said, listen, I got enough $1,000 to $2,000 fucking habits. I'm about to buy me another lens.
listening to
I don't
King
even need
David
the
tell
shit.
you that shit is like listening to a meth head telling you not to do crack anymore, do meth.
Exactly.
Prime One
Exactly.
fucking studios shit behind them, all $2,000, $3,000 statues.
Yo,
Yes, exactly. You know,
I done bought 3 statues for him because of him. 3. I said, yo, bro, come on, man. He said, you got the money. I said, no, I don't, bitch. How about that? I'm broke.
no, David
Fuck
used
it.
to do a video. Used to do these videos that were
Right. The
these
unboxings.
statue unboxes, and that's what motivated me onto the XM website. And I paid $1,500 for that fucking Devastator. And I said, never again am I watching this fucking videos again.
I'm building a whole new YouTube studio
Mhm.
dedicated to a wall of statues and fucking every other fucking collectible I got. It's like crack around here. It's like
So basically, David is telling you, hey, don't spend $300, spend $1,000 instead.
yeah, spend $3,000.
Exactly.
I'm trying to buy me another house and $100,000 truck. You fucking breaking up my plan, bro. And he want me to go to Japan for $5,000. I'm like, yo, bro.
Oh,
Bro.
no, guys, I test drove one of those new Escalades, those Escalades.
Why you do that? Don't bring it up. Don't bring it up. That shit got my soul. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying no electric car, but
no,
my
man,
next
I'm not
truck
big
will
into
be an
electric
Escalade
cars,
again.
bro.
Again. That and Tahoes or
or whatever
Suburbans.
brand they want to call.
My next car might be just because my house has the plug in the garage. It like came with the house, so it's just
You
convenient.
using that shit for your vibrator.
Where am I going to put it? Where I'm going to feel it?
I'm not gonna answer that question.
You know what?
I'm not gonna answer that question.
Putting that shit in my belly button.
Yo, Triple. I had about 10 motherfucking comebacks for that. I'm gonna chill. And I would like to say I welcomed this week 5 grandchildren in my life. 5. My dog had her puppies. My dog had her puppies.
You sold them all?
They pretty much gone.
Was actually,
but I'm gonna say this: my Maltese is a little dog. Them puppies had to be at least 6.5 inches long.
That's what she said.
No, listen, yo, I looked at her, and I said, "I'm very proud of you because, yo, that's a lot of dog for a little dog. That's a lot of dog. Them dogs is big as fuck."
How much are you liquidating each one for?
800.
Oh, not bad.
Undercut the market.
Throwing them in a blender.
Wow. What the fuck kind of animal cruelty is
pretty
that?
dark, man.
That's what's
Yo,
I'm the fucking foreigner here who's eating dogs and cats and shit. Or supposedly.
Peruvian
He's eating the dogs. He's eating the cats. He's eating the dogs. He's eating the cats.
I'm one of those individuals that just goes to the State Department website every so often to make sure that my citizenship is still valid. That's all.
This motherfucker here, yo. We all going to hell.
Hey,
I'm gonna be the motherfucking person. I'm gonna be the Charles guy on the boat.
I didn't have to spend my money, Steph, on Diddy picks because I'm in them. You fucking puto.
It's like,
Fucker. Fuck you.
I don't
Just
need
came in here,
photos. I was
bitch.
there.
I don't need photos. I got photographic memory, mother.
They don't go to the
I got the
Diddy
tapes.
didn't go. Diddy didn't go to the Cosby room. He went to the Lemon room.
Shit. But nah, and I have to say this. Next week I fly out to Cali. Always looking forward to meet up with the homies.
Going back.
We got
Cali.
shit lined up every fucking day.
So to San Francisco.
No, for what? I can go to Atlanta. I ain't got to go that far for San Francisco work.
No, I'm just saying they got shit lined up.
Triple, you too young for that. Close your ears.
Speaking of the next asshole, the guy to his right, Supernova, my man. How's your week been going? What you been doing? What you been playing, boss?
It's been going good. Am I the only one here playing fucking Nightreign? What the fuck you people
What the
doing?
fuck is that?
I was gonna get
The fuck is
Nightreign.
that?
It's Elden Ring. It's a rogue like experience for Elden Ring.
Lemons gamer fucking card revoked. How dare you?
I don't like. That's Elden Ring, right?
Yeah, that's Elden Ring. Yeah.
I don't like that shit.
No, that's fair. I was going to pick it up, but my friends and I started our playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3, so I'm like, we're not going to be playing Nightreign no time soon, so I'm going to just hold up, because I heard people have not the best experience because there's like a lack of duos and not the best communication in the game. So
you get,
I read that.
me and Jim are playing, and we'll get rando thirds, and it sucks not having an in-game party chat to be able to
I'm
communicate.
definitely gonna pick it up because I love Elden Ring. I put like
But
400 hours on it.
Fun.
No,
But
bitch, you love Eternal.
I'll just that too, but I'll just wait for a sale.
Yeah, but that's what's no. So is it Nightreign a buy like immediate buy, or is it one of those things that you could wait for a discount?
You can wait. I mean, it depends. If you're a fucking like Miyazaki, fucking hardcore, sitting there licking posters of the man and shit, then you probably want to get doing. But like, if you have other shit to play right now, I would say you could probably
Super,
wait. I'm having fun, but
Super, did that go? Supernova, did that go past you?
What?
This motherfucker's like the motherfucker on the Looney Tunes.
Elmer Fudd.
Yeah, Elmer Fudd. He just said,
no, it's not Elmer Fudd. It's Porky Pig.
Porky Pig.
I don't. Are you fat asses done? Can I move on to my guest?
I am your guest, and you asked me a question, puto. Oh, go ahead.
Are you fucking done?
No, you're a co-host.
I guess my answer
co-host.
is finished.
As long as you're not the co-pilot or the co-driver, we safe.
Puto.
Okay. Before I introduce this salty bitch who's already been on the podcast once before, I want to say hello to everybody in the chat. Lesser Logic, Voyager 88. Who the fuck's welcome? Voyager
Yeah, that was all
88.
3 people. Let's go.
Legendary Yogi, C-Stuff, Retro, my man. All right. Our guest, one of our guests for tonight. My man Slow-Mo, he's been on the podcast before, so we're not going to really fucking ask him because we don't really fucking ask anybody anything here. But so Slow-Mo,
I mean, I could ask.
How's your week been going? How's life been treating you? What you been doing? What you been playing? And more importantly, what the fuck you been drinking?
Disrespectful. I just cut the back slap off his name.
I know, right?
No, I mean I've been playing a lot of Expedition 33. I think I'm tapped out at this point. I've 100% of the game on Xbox and Steam at this point. So
you don't got a life, bro.
Oh, stop that!
Don't let it.
Your percentage twice.
Lemon is trash at games. He's jealous of you, Slow-Mo. Don't listen to him.
It's all good. It's all good. I got enough to do, man.
You played 2 versions back to back of the same game, and the game is 100 hours each.
I like building up things. So like I'm a big looter shooter guy. So like I like leveling up characters, doing different builds and stuff like that. So like that's kind of like my thing. Like, and it's an amazing game with an amazing story. So look, there's a Game Pass version that I've already subscribed to Game Pass, and then I bought it on Steam because I mean clearly I don't trust PC Game Pass. So
don't do that. Yeah. Don't do that. This ain't the Inner Circle gaming. This ain't the gaming Inner Circle DMs, motherfucker.
Don't tell the truth. Okay, all right. So I mean, I got.
I don't like honesty here, Slow-Mo. Be careful.
I know it's fine. I got 2 different versions, so look, I'm a play around with both. So I've been doing that, and then damn, what's the other game I've been playing?
You don't remember because you've been doing the same game twice.
No, this is let me look at my screen here. I've been playing the Division DLC. And that's pretty dope.
Was it Warlords?
No.
Battle for Brooklyn.
Battle for Brooklyn. Wake up, Triple.
Bro, I don't play Division like that. I just know Warlords.
So shut your ass up and let him talk.
Still don't talk to you like that. He didn't even know the Nightreign was out.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't play Elden shitty rings.
You should. It's a good game, Lemon.
Yeah, what's the story?
Well, you see, in the world of the
you gotta forgive Lemon. He's busy buying statues.
See what it is you get you put down a fucking symbol, you look for it in your world, then you join me, and then we just fucking hack a slash bosses that's damn near impossible to beat for 12 hours.
Like the story of Super Mario Brothers is any better, and that game's a fucking classic, and you know it.
That's right.
Yeah, it is.
Again, the princess is in the castle.
I didn't say nothing about Mario Brothers, motherfucker. We know Peach is a whore. The fuck?
Damn.
Yeah.
How do people feel that Elden Ring has violated Lemon? Because the way Lemon talks about Elden Ring is like somebody's abusing it.
Yeah.
He came to me and he touched me.
Show us on the Erd tree where they touch
I'm
me.
traumatized. I need counseling. Let's
He
take a
saw
gun.
the
Let yo
freaking-
chat. We're gonna
was it
take
the
out a
Sentinel
fucking
Knight or
GoFundMe. I'm
whatever?
traumatized.
The first boss you could fight right outside the door. He tried to approach it and it just kicked his ass like everyone else's.
that
Tree Sentinel.
motherfucker.
Tell us where.
Yep.
Tell
Oh,
us,
the
Mr.
big dude
Lemon,
on the
Tree
horse.
Guardian.
evil Elden
Tree
Ring.
Guardian on the horse.
It touched me like triple combo, whatever the fuck your name is.
I don't know.
It touched him like his uncle touched him when he was hiding in the closet. Same shit. I'm traumatized.
I don't know about that part, but I don't like people projecting their childhood on me. But whatever helps.
That wasn't his uncle. That was his grandfather.
No,
Hey.
no. We all know
We
the
all
truth.
said
He wasn't
if you
trying to
got
hide.
mental health problems, you need to talk about it.
Speaking from experience, huh, Lemon?
Right. I need to get this out with my brothers. Help me out here.
There you go. I got you.
You got
Okay,
mental health problems.
Oh my god, man.
Okay, I'm curious. I just got to know. Slow-mo, did you platinum it twice?
Whoa.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. It's like, at least did you get all of the achievements twice? I mean,
Well, you know what? I got a bunch of games. Come over here and help me beat some of these shit since you ain't got shit to
man.
do.
Nah, man, I'm good. I'm good with that. You can beat your own games, bro.
Nah, I ain't got the time, son.
That
I
ain't
ain't
gonna
gonna lie. Yeah. Nah, I ain't got the time.
Hey, Slow-mo,
I'm in somewhat of a unique position because I work from home. So
Oh,
for me,
okay.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
so like my desk is like one half work
And one half
but,
play. I
I
wish I could do that.
Lemon is telling me to play. I've seen some of the games he's been playing, man. Trust me, you don't want to play those games.
And shout out to clowns, man. Motherfucker, I dropped the bus from New York City Transit in the biggest city in the 50 fucking states. Stop calling me. Text. He want me to answer the phone. I said, and then he said, yo, Lemon, I was gonna come out there.
But your ass doesn't have hands free. All this tech you got, you don't have fucking hands free.
Not my job, you get fired.
Okay.
Nah, I don't play with the phone. I tell my daughter, why the fuck are you calling me? Text. So I can respond. He's calling me. I don't answer. He calls me right back to back. Then clowns. I'm driving.
Right. Now you drive for the New York City. You know,
Right.
on their fucking phone.
Right. So I got on the phone. I said, yo, listen, bro, I'm at work. What you want? Yo, he told me some shit he told me the other day. I said, I love you, clowns.
Yeah, Klaus is a
Shout out
good
to
dude.
4G.
He's a
Shout
good
out to
dude.
4GQ TV.
Yeah, he's a good dude. Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and move on to our first topic for tonight. So
We ain't cutting it short too either, bitch. You had technical problems. That sound like a fucking you problem.
yeah, it wasn't fucking me problem because I'm goddamn OBS wasn't cooperating, unfortunately for me. So
I told you, let me help you.
yes, I need help. I'm telling you,
You gotta pick a day where you free and don't do the shit before the show, meathead.
That is true.
Yeah, this is true. It's probably not
It's
doing it.
got
having
tech
technical
support in his
problems.
blood,
No,
man. He
you
thinks
don't
he
know
can
how
just
to
fix
use
shit
it.
whenever he wants.
All right, let's go ahead and move to our first topic. One of the bigger topics for tonight. Has come out that the Xbox handheld has been quote unquote sidelined.
That shit is rest in peace.
Can I go first?
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
go ahead.
Internally.
I got some fuck shit to say.
Oh boy, here we go.
I got some real fuck shit. Jazz came up with some bullshit. King David, my brother. Bo Eastwood. Post Up. Dirk Griggity. Mag. Gaz. All the Xbox heads ran with this 2025 bullshit. I said that's not the Xbox handheld. It's the ROG Ally with the Z1 Extreme 2 chip. 3 months ago now. It's 3 months, right? I said, listen, that's not an Xbox handheld. This is, it's a partner deal. Motherfucker, every Windows device that comes out is a partnered handheld. It's a deal, right? Lenovo Go, both ROG Allies, the Iron Neos, all of them. I said, this is not the Xbox handheld. Oh, you crazy. Jez said, I said, Jez ain't no tech dude, and he's not telling the truth. So now when the news comes out The handheld that was aimed at 2027
was canceled.
No, not canceled.
Well,
they pushed it back. They sidelined it a little bit because they're working on the software, which I told people. Dirt said, I was live on Twitter. I said, Dirt, what did I tell you? Oh, I don't remember this conversation. So, what is the internet known for? Receipts. So I said, why don't you go check that DM of our conversation? You know what I heard? Crickets. Because I told him, I said, it's not an Xbox handheld, bro. I don't care what Jess said. I'm telling you, this is what it is. Because I know it.
No, we're not talking about Keenan, but I know.
No, but hold on. Let me finish. But they all kept running with the Xbox handheld. And I posted, no matter how many times you keep calling it that, that's not what it is. Okay. Not a first-party device.
Yeah, but Project Keenan was their OEM strategy for the handheld.
Yes.
But they did have a strategy in place for a first-party in-house
No, they do. No. But this is what I tried to tell them. I said 2020, the end of 2026 into 2027. Dirt will tell you because he reread our conversation. I told him that.
Yeah, but
so but listen, this is my fuckery. Now that the news came out and it was a 2027 device, what the fuck is the 2025 device? It's what I said it was.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's my point. I told dudes it's not the handheld that you think it is. That's not until end of 2026 into 2027. Boy, I'm not 98% correct like my brother. I'm always right because I knew that.
Let me bring it up to everybody on the panel. Do you think this thing that has been quote unquote sidelined is officially canceled?
No.
Unofficially canceled, bro.
You think what? Okay, why would you think it's why do you think it's canceled? Because they didn't say that.
Yeah, but it's canceled because I talked to two different people who said who know firsthand that it's canceled. That's why I say it's canceled.
Probably in the same group of people that told me the fucking device what it was. You get what I'm saying, Slow-Mo?
Right.
And when I tried to say it, they said I was crazy. I said, okay.
No, but Slow-Mo, I support you because that's what I've heard through my own scuttle as well, that console or whatever, that handheld internally from Xbox is canceled.
Yeah, they had two hardware planned. There's a handheld and there's a traditional console. Mm-hmm. The traditional console is still a go. That's still a green light. Mm-hmm. The handheld is not. And I think because they are expanding what they're doing with an Xbox OS, where they want to compete more with Steam OS. They got a lot of ground to cover, but they're trying to compete more with a Steam OS. When you're doing that, like you kind of could potentially cut the legs out from your potential partners if you come out with your own hardware that's actually better than theirs. They're like, Asus is like, well, why am I making one for you when you making your own thing and your thing you didn't save the best features for you?
Exactly. So you're gonna cannibalize their own sales. Basically.
Exactly. So instead, don't do that if you're going to be working with these partners so extensively, and to the point where you may be actually even getting a custom APU chip made for AMD, just for your Xbox SKU, and then you're giving them a hardware spec where they have to follow this hardware spec to the letter. Yep. You're going to do all that and then come out with a hardware that under custom. This is it's essentially what NVIDIA has done to their partners in the GPU market. If you notice, a lot of GPU partners can't stand NVIDIA because NVIDIA will demand they come out with a GPU, Gigabyte, Asus, all of them come out with a GPU for a certain price, and then NVIDIA comes out with a Founders Edition that's like $200 cheaper.
Yep.
And they're just like, why would you do that?
And you know what's crazy? Crazy? You never really get a Founders Edition.
Nah, it's hard to get.
It's the worst one to purchase because they're gone. But see, this is what
it's the only one that's at MSRP. It's the only one that's at
only one.
All the other ones can't be at MSRP because NVIDIA charges them so much money.
They license
it's impossible for them.
Right.
Yeah, it's impossible for them to do MSRP on purpose. So it's like when you have these kind of dynamics, companies are already kind of looking at Microsoft with the side eye. When they're hearing you're making your own, and then you got us making one too. These are the same companies. Asus makes GPUs. They know the game. They're like, nah, fam, what you doing? So go ahead and cancel the handheld. You're fine.
But look at this. people ran out there and bought that ROG Ally, right? Some people ran out there and bought that Steam Deck, right? I know people that got both. The best, Steam OS is just for what the fuck they got on Linux, right? But it doesn't do what a PC do. It can't do. You got to do all these tricks, all this hardcore shit, right? Just to get Game Pass. I know you know Slow-Mo, but I don't know about the rest of the panel, but you know how hard it was, the steps you had to take just to do cloud gaming on a Steam Deck? It was tough.
When's the last time you used one? I haven't used one. I sold my Steam Deck like 2 years ago.
I didn't buy
it.
I borrowed one. I had it for 6 months, and then I did the steps, and I said, this is super deluxe hardcore. It's good for Steam shit, but that's it. Right? Steam shit on Steam. And this is what I try to explain.
Yeah, when I had it, it was a lot of work to it. But I think it's gotten, like, the way people talk about it now is that, like, Valve has stepped up the software side of things on
but
it.
It's not for the general public. Right? Like, if you like when you buy a ROG Ally, you download the fucking Windows Steam app because it's a Windows app. On any Windows device, you download the Steam. You
but
can play.
Fundamental problem with this is this. You could say what you will about, Windows allowing you to do more, but it has been officially shown this week as well that the Steam OS runs games better.
Nope, not true.
Than
our ROG Ally destroys the fucking Steam Deck. Are you crazy?
That's what that. Okay, now I'm going based off of Dave 2D and his report.
No,
but he talked about the Legion Go G or whatever. The next Legion Go that just has Steam OS on.
Okay.
You're talking about hardware wise, right? Lemon?
Yeah, and he said
I'm
officially.
talking about. Okay, go ahead. Finish.
He said officially there is the Legion Go that has Windows.
Legion Go S, the new one.
Yeah, that has Windows, and then there's Legion Go with just Steam OS, and Steam OS. Hands down, is running these games and is running it better than Windows.
Okay,
that's what he said.
No, but he's incorrect.
Is this with performance, or is it also with like battery, efficiency? Like the games are running longer because it's not using as much power to get the same level of performance. Is that what they're talking about?
It's not the same level of performance, not at all. But hold on, I'm gonna tell you what it is. First of all, I posted. When you put Steam OS on the average device and you're allowed to do it now, they limit your wattage to 15 watts. You have to do something to change that, which the average person don't know how to do it. We're not talking about us as hardcore. We're talking about when you get that Legion Go S, everybody's like, yeah, it's a 15 watt TDP. Are you fucking serious? So you're gonna limit the hardware based on the software?
Well, this is what they're showing right here. Legion Go S on Steam OS versus Windows in low, medium settings. These are your FPSs for certain top games right now.
I'm not going with that. Bro. And what the fuck does Linux and Steam OS really do but play games in big picture mode?
But one can argue that if you are playing on a device such as Steam, like the Steam Deck, what other function do you need in that handheld?
I like to hook my shit up to my TV and play 2K 1440p.
But why do you need all of these bells and whistles of Windows in a Steam? If you have a portable handheld,
you don't.
All you're doing that thing is playing games. Why do you need it to run full Windows?
But see, when you buy what we bought, they're more than just a handheld. You're just looking at one fucking factor.
I'm not discounting that. It's not. I'm not saying that. But what's the point? Like, what else am I going to do with that apart from play games majority of the time?
Most people, if you buy a ROG Ally X, right, hook it up to your TV, keyboard and mouse, and let's say you're a content creator, I can do all my content creation on the go. I've done it on one of these trips. I've done it and said, "Wow, this shit really performs fantastically." With the software I use, whether it's DaVinci Resolve, whether it's Filmora, or whatever you use, it's a beast.
Percentage of people are actually doing that on their ROG
for
Ally.
me.
How many people are like you, and what percentage?
But how many people could do the shit that Linux provide? all these fucking with the links and adding browser feeds, and most people can't do that either. Linux is like what you're struggling with, OBS. You got to manually do everything outside of gaming. That's what I'm saying. That's my point. That's why I didn't like the Steam Deck. I want a PC on the go in your hand.
Well,
we all use Windows.
I think it has been improved since then. I remember even when I had the Steam Deck and I wasn't using it often because I'm not much of a handheld guy. But whenever I would turn it on, like it would be like 5,000 updates every single time I turned it on. It seemed like Valve had an update every single day.
They complain about that with Windows also.
That's true, but I mean, like from what people were saying about what the Steam OS is now, I think it's drastically improved from where it was when I had it about 2 years ago, and I mean, just overall, like when you are already rolling out the features that Microsoft is saying they want to put into Xbox OS, and you already got those features already for PC manufacturers that are trying to make PC handhelds, they can do those things already right now with the hardware they intend to put out soon. And Steam Deck is the highest sold PC handheld in the market. Yeah, it's
350.
But I think also part of the reason why they chose not to make their own handheld is just like the amount of R&D you're putting in for a really risky kind of like nascent market right now. Like the most sold PC handheld right now is a Steam Deck. That thing's only sold 5 million. So that's the most sold one in the world is a Steam Deck at 5 million. So you're going to spend, hundreds of millions of dollars in research and development and marketing, production, getting it out there only for to basically you're trying to beat 5 million. I don't think that's enough. So I think, you're clearly going to be able to do more than that on the traditional console, even though they're trending downward on that, where they probably won't outsell the Xbox Series X and S with the next generation, but you'll do better than the PC handheld will. So
I mean, but me, I like the flexibility, man. Like you could play fucking VR on a fucking ROG Ally X.
Yeah, man, I think I might buy another PC handheld. I'm going on vacation next month, and I think I might buy another one just the use on vacation, So that
I'm not a handheld dude either.
With me or something.
What made me purchase the first ROG Ally is I could take my Xbox shit on the go. That's another reason I didn't think Xbox needed a handheld in the beginning. Because if I play Call of Duty, or if I fucking something's in Game Pass like Expedition 33 or anything, I load up and I go. And I leave, all the saves cross over, right? That's why I don't want a PlayStation handheld. I'd rather them do their shit on PC and they do a unified cloud-based save system. Then I'll buy God of War and Spider-Man, and because I could take my game from my house, natively on the go. That's why I like the Windows-based systems. The Steam Deck is a good device. I just said it doesn't have the flexibility as Windows, which is the truth.
I can say this, and this is what I've heard through my own things. Like I don't have any insight when it comes to games because that's like. Games really don't affect like the stock portfolio per se, I get like privy to information that affects potentially the stock eventually. So if you're talking about like, for example, with Sony or with Nintendo hardware announcements, et cetera, like that, anything that would change their business model is what I get privy to. From what I have heard, and this is strictly from what I have heard, they are looking for an out. Okay. They don't want to be in the hardware space in any retractable manner, period. Microsoft. I'm telling you, whether you like it or not is irrespective. They do not want.
That's your opinion, though.
It's not my opinion.
You think so? We're not getting no more hardware, huh?
I'm not saying you're not getting any more hardware. I'm just saying that they're looking for a comfortable way out of the hardware space, not the gaming space, the hardware space.
Like we say, they're a software company first, hardware company second.
Exactly.
Yeah. They've always been like that, though.
100%.
And because like,
but there's definitely been a shift in their mentality since ABK. And we saw that like a good a year and a half ago when the first rumors started to come out about them putting their games on PlayStation and Nintendo. And like right now, yeah, I agree with you. They really don't care about hardware. But what they care about is money. And there is money in the hardware right now. There are people who are subscribed to Game Pass, which is the biggest base of Game Pass is on the Xbox console. There are people, there's a 30% cut on everything that is sold on there. And that is a sizable amount of revenue that they can't. They can't make in a board meeting say, well, yeah, we can replace that with this. We can move those people over here. They they don't know how to do that yet. So as of now, they are still want to put out a hardware, although I would not put it past Satya to be like, yo, cut that too at some point. Because
even then, that's a situation not where they want to do it. It's like they kind of have to.
Yeah.
If they could cut ties and have all those people migrate over to PC or some other platform where they can still get their Game Pass money, they would cut ties with hardware immediately.
There's a lot of non-gaming executives at Microsoft that now have a say in gaming since.
There's a lot of non-executive on all these fucking companies, these board members.
But I'll tell you this much right now: Microsoft is not allowing Xbox to subsidize their consoles with the Microsoft games. Microsoft Gaming and Xbox internally are considered separate entities. So in the past, where Xbox gave you a discounted console to leverage their games, you're not doing that anymore. So the argument is that they already have OEM licenses with Surface, like they got with Dell, they got with Lenovo, they got with everybody. So Satya's is like, okay, well, what are we going to offer in this space that our OEMs are not offering? And therein lies the problem. They are going to offer a hardware solution, but it's only going to be a middle-of-the-road hardware thing. It's not going to be the most powerful console. It's not going to be the weakest console. It's just going to be the middle-of-the-road device there for people looking for just the ability to acquire or play Xbox.
Okay, I'm going to say this. I don't believe that. I think the next console is going to be like a Series X equivalent. I'm talking about more powerful, but I'm talking about they're going to aim at the people that's going to buy that shit because they're putting their games everywhere. They're not going to leave the hardcore who's going to go out there and run and get the next console.
But Lemon, if they if they fight for the power supremacy, that console unsubsidized is going to be upwards of close to $900 to $1,000.
I don't care. I'm gonna buy it. But see, I'm a hardcore. I don't count for the casuals, but the casuals is all over the place. They can't even depend on them motherfuckers. Shit, Sony can't depend on them either.
But the problem is the optics of it. If Xbox comes out next generation with $1,000 box, I don't think that's going to register very well.
Listen,
I don't see
no,
but that's a niche device.
That's a niche device.
Exactly.
But
it's a niche device.
That's who has the Xbox now. It's not the casuals. It's not. You know that 27 million that the motherfucking OG Xbox bought? There was no casuals there, bro. There was no casuals there. I'm sorry.
Like my cousin, he's like a prime example of this. He only games on Xbox, and as soon as I told him that Xbox was gonna come with a handheld, he told me, "I'm not buying that, but I guarantee you he'll get the console because he only games on Xbox." Lemon is right to a degree. There's still people that use the consoles, and there's a lot of people that use Game Pass on consoles. Not everyone wants to have a PC. I don't game on PC.
Right.
I have nothing against PC. I think that is the better choice. But I prefer to game on console. But
PC is truly not the better choice. Let me.
But hold on. The question is, how long is Microsoft going to be making consoles? I don't know.
I'm gonna say this: PC motherfuckers be like, "I'm running a PC. Fuck that." Yeah, that shit sound good till you start trying to put together a PC that performs like these consoles. Then you start to break the bank, and then you start to say, 500 and 600 is not that bad.
Yeah, that getting pretty good.
Right. We can't hold on. We can't minimize and say, oh, run the PC, because you see the connected numbers to Steam, bro. Motherfuckers are still not playing on the majority at 1440p. They all at 1080p, 240 hertz. You know how cheap that is? That's nothing. That is not high level that's not taking advantage of all these fucking TVs we spend money to pay for to get the performance out of these consoles, that is not the market.
That's
Run
also
into
not
PC
the
is
actual people that are talking that talk. Like the people that are still playing that 1080p. These are people who don't really be in these conversations.
They don't even give a
They
fuck.
play League of
Right.
Legends.
Exactly.
They playing Valorant at like
playing
500 frames per second at 1080p.
Right.
They don't care about performance. They still try and make a 1080 1080 Ti work. Like they don't really care about that. But the
Which
people,
is a legendary card, by the way.
Right.
What up,
yeah,
Paul, man?
absolutely. Probably the best card ever.
Yeah,
But
I like
like
that card. I still got that motherfucker.
When you have like when AMD and NVIDIA say our card's selling out, it's still less than 1% of the total PC community. It's basically like they're selling like 500,000 units. Or to a couple million, and then that's that community. Like the most popular card right now is probably like either a 3060 or a 4060. I have to double check, but like that's a budget card.
It's always the budget cards that fly off the shelves.
Yep.
So it's like, listen, I hear dudes, I'm gonna run the PC, motherfucker. My PC totally, right, was $4,700. That is half of 10 grand, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Dudes ain't fucking paying that money. They complaining about games going to $80.
Not to play Fortnite, I tell you that.
Right.
I will say that for all the PCs that are out there that people game on, the vast majority use the built-on inbuilt video system. That's whatever's on your fucking motherboard.
I'm telling you.
You mean the integrated graphics? Those integrated chips?
No. Whoa, hey.
No, they do.
No, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying if you're playing on that,
hang on,
there's a problem.
When you're talking about the casual,
go ahead.
Yeah, when you're talking about the casual who just wants to play like Fortnite or whatever, the integrated graphics card can do that. Not great, but a lot of people, for all the hundreds of thousands of PCs that are out there, a lot of them don't go for the high end cards. They don't.
Nope, they don't.
And even the built-in systems nowadays have like my last one had a 1060. Now, I'm assuming now some of the more recent ones have one that's comparable to ones that are like the 20s or the 30s. So they can play games. They just can't do all the bells and whistles.
They can't do the bells and whistles. It's like, and that's why I hate that line. Oh, I'm gonna go to PC. Yeah, you're gonna go to PC on a budget. Because PC gaming, if you want to, no, there's nothing wrong with it. But they're not using it like that. They're using it like we're going to be high end. No, you're not, motherfucker. Right. You don't want to spend. Listen, we noticed
even my most recent PC that has the 4060 in it was $1,500. And remember, I don't have it. I don't have it right now because I had to send it out because the power supply went pop. After pulling it apart and really looking at it, I can see where they cut corners. It's not a bad machine. But I can see where they cut corners.
You can game, but don't say I'm a run the PC.
I can game quite well. I can game quite well, actually.
No, not you, but I'm talking about the general people. When I see on Twitter, I'm just gonna get PC. Microsoft don't give a fuck where you buy the games at.
No, because you're still gonna be in Windows.
Yeah,
they're still gonna be in their ecosystem.
You're not hurting them. I'm gonna go to PC. So what? They own it.
Let me speak to something I heard before I was in though.
Go ahead.
Wize, you were talking about, they don't need to bat for the fences on their next console. They don't need that whole power. They've already said they're not worried about what the fuck Sony does. They're not competing with Sony. So they don't necessarily need that, the biggest monster on the block because they know they're not ever gonna, they're not gonna do anything in that market. That's gonna make a difference.
They can't win at that.
So there's no reason for them to swing for the fences. None.
But they win it right now. They win it right now because motherfucking Forza Horizon.
But they're winning right now because they're winning right now because they're doing what they do best. They're doing what they do best. The software side. Yeah.
That's right.
And I also want to speak to something I saw online real quick. I don't know if this is where this conversation started or whatever because I came in late and I'm kind of in a bad mood because I'm on a piece of shit laptop. And other things in my life.
Don't be mad. But, you're fine.
You said on there that due to your scuttle, you know that they've canceled the handheld. Let me just tell you,
internal first party.
They put it on hold until they can get the software to work. Yeah, no, but they haven't canceled that. They've just put it on hold, and that there is a difference in the term. You can't say that they just totally dropped it and they're not going to do it ever.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm going and drawing a hard line in the sand from what I've heard.
Your opinion, right?
Yeah, from what I've heard, it's canceled.
But where did you hear that from? Because other reports are saying that no, it's not actually canceled. They've just put it on hold and they pulled the team to work on, because they need to get, before they have to worry about the hardware, they need to get the software working. That's their priority right now, is the software, because of the third-party stuff, because of the Aces and the other things that they're working on. So they want to get that out there as fast as they can.
The biggest problem
they don't need a handheld, bro. Everybody that's buying these Windows handhelds are playing their fucking Xbox games on the go.
No,
they don't have to compete in that market. Slow mo hit it right on the head.
I'm going to say this much too. There's always going to be an Xbox, because Microsoft has to have Xbox, because it's as I said, it's like one of their only two consumer-facing brands that they have. So for Microsoft, the positive vibes that come from Xbox being in the consumer space pays dividends for their overall portfolio as Microsoft, right? So they are going to keep them. They're just not going to be in the same iteration that they are in right now.
All I'm saying is, don't count that chicken before it's hatched just for it being totally canceled. Because I have my sources too, but I can't get in.
Hold on. Let me say this. Let's make a bet right now. Mr. Wize. The next Xbox console will be more powerful than PS6. You want to take that bet? Do you want to take that bet right now? You want to
say more powerful?
It will be more powerful than the PS6.
Why would they do that though?
Why? What's the reason for that?
I just said because of the hardcore. That's what they live on, right?
The Xbox Series S is selling significantly better than the X
because it's fucking cheaper. That's like with slow-mo. Cap said,
so hold on. So are they going to build two consoles next gen?
No, I don't think they're going to do that.
So they're going to build the one that's going to sell less.
Listen, because they're not dependent on it no more, because they changed narratives in terms of their games. Because
what he's saying is they're aiming for. Well, let me see if I can put it in words. They're aiming for a targeted audience. They're not aiming for the masses.
Yes, they're not aiming for the masses. Because being that they're putting their games everywhere, and the software side, which they're the windows of gaming now.
Right. Period. Do you think if they're going to target an audience, why would they target the smaller audience?
No, they're going to target the smaller audience because that's what carries Xbox. It's always carried Xbox was the hardcore. Sony has generations of people, including me. It's not like I only play on Xbox. What I'm saying is they're going to give the fans what they want. But if you put in Call of Duty everywhere, you got Gears coming. Look at the numbers look at the fucking PlayStation Store last week. Top 6 games, 4 was from Xbox.
So you think if the next Xbox is less powerful than PS6, the hardcore don't support it?
They still going to support it.
He didn't say that. He didn't say that.
No, that is not what I'm saying.
I'm just
no. But hold on. No, I'm saying they're gonna give their hardcore audience what they want, but they don't depend on that, because we all know as hardcore fans, I bought a PlayStation and an Xbox Series X 2 days apart, bro. I spent $1,000 before I bought one fucking game. I'm the fucking hardcore.
There's always a narrative
person that they're aiming at. Hardcore, but for Xbox, the hardcore is what drives them. PlayStation is carried by casuals. They have their hardcore first also, but generally, when they sell 100 million consoles, you think that's 100 million fucking hardcore people? Hell no. Hell no.
I don't know if I agree with the sentiment that Xbox is powered by a hardcore audience that doesn't exist on PlayStation.
I didn't say that.
No, they exist in both places. What are you talking about?
I said PlayStation has their hardcore.
Why do you think people like what?
Casuals. When you
why do you think
hitting
people like
80
Wize got a
million,
PS5 Pro?
You think that 80
You know?
million
Right.
is
And-
majority
and-
hardcore?
No, what I'm saying is I think that they're both carried by casuals.
No, and
Because the hardcore is
the numbers here. Just the base numbers on Xbox say otherwise.
yeah, the
So
base
I
numbers
guess-
on Xbox is hardcore.
Yeah. Well, I guess the question in that regards, if someone has numbers, which one sold more, the Series S or X?
The S, of course, sold more.
The,
the
well, no,
S-
the S
the
does
S-
because the
It's
S
the
does
same
because
thing
it's cheaper. Zero
Slow-mo,
period.
same thing Slow-mo said. No matter you bring out a 5090, that's not the fucking money NVIDIA depends on. Excuse me. They depend on them fucking 50,
The 30s and the 40s and the 50s.
right,
and they,
right. The 60s. They don't depend
Yeah.
on that. If they had to depend on 5090 purchases, they'd be
They'd be
broke.
Yeah.
But that
Look,
don't mean
but see, but that's
the one
because
who go out there and get that shit. But the
why
fucking
do
casuals like, I'll wait
why
for
do
the
you
1080p card.
yeah?
Right.
Why do you think they
That's a
release a new
fact.
card every year? Why do you think they
Right.
release a new card every year or a new series
Like,
of
look,
cards?
listen,
And
when I
then
was
what
with-
happens is the old cards they drop in price, and all of a sudden those old cards get all sold. Hey, that's money in their bank. You know,
Listen,
that's
NVIDIA, even when they released the 5090, the fucking 4090 price went up.
yeah.
The 4090 went up. The 4080s went up.
Because the 4090 still holds its own.
No. But the price went up when the new graphic card dropped.
Right.
Shit. The game console
what I'm
prices are going
saying.
up. What difference does it make? All the fucking consoles going up too. What difference does it make?
No. The difference is why. Hold on, Paul. The difference is why that always happens for years before this generation. It's always been like that. It's always been like that. That's what I'm saying. Microsoft
I can tell you part of why. I can tell you part of why. When the new card comes out, people look at the old card to buy it. They don't necessarily compare prices at that point.
Right.
They don't. They just
Shit.
assume that it's cheaper because it's older. And so that
that
and even though the
4090
price
went
has
up.
gone up, they're going to pay for that shit. You know?
How much is the 4090?
It's kind of like with Apple. The best time to sell an Apple laptop is
1600,
once they
1700.
Woo! Fuck
Yeah.
16 and 1700, just a
Not buying
graphic
that.
card,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
So what I'm saying is that's what I'm saying about Xbox. Xbox is carried by the hardcore really only. They don't have a huge casual market like Sony does.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. You're in the corporate world right now, okay? And you are seeing which one to greenlight. They got two SKUs. They got one SKU that gets you the power narrative for $1,000, and another SKU that doesn't get you the power narrative. It's maybe 10% or 15% weaker than say your PlayStation counterpart at the time, but it's coming out at $700. Do you think they're going to come out at $700 or $1,000? Which console? do you think
I don't think they're going to drop a console at $1,000.
That's too much.
That's suicide. That is suicide. But with these prices today, right? With these prices today, listen, man, we all got to bring things in perspective. Like I said, it's like when we talk on these podcasts, when we talk in our DMs, and we go back and forth. Them casuals don't do none of the shit we do.
No, they don't. They're more content than using.
Well,
their
first of all,
Series
they're
S to
all
play-
going to
to play
charge you
Fortnite.
extra. All of these companies are going to charge you extra because the next generation of all these hardware things is going to have fucking AI shoved down your throat. So you're going to be paying for chips.
We're
that
already
run
seeing that with
fucking AI.
Microsoft, which is annoying.
No,
It's going to be across the fucking board. Everyone's
across
gonna
the board
inject
right
because
now.
That's
It is,
right.
but
Good point.
Microsoft is actually making a driving point with it right now.
No, NVIDIA fucking started that dumb shit with DLSS.
Well,
I didn't say they didn't start it. I just never mind.
No, but what
Yo,
I'm saying is,
it's a
first of all,
conversation. Have a conversation.
they're
Paul.
going to
Check
put
it out.
fucking chips for AI in there, and they're going to make you pay for it. Oh, powered by a fucking eye. Okay,
And-
you ain't going to do shit.
and
Like they said,
slow
powered by the goddamn cloud. Didn't do shit.
you.
You know. So that's
And
one thing.
in the Gaming Circle podcast DMs, I said, fuck DLSS and FSR. I prefer power. Raw.
It's not just
hardcore.
that. I mean,
No,
we're
but
talking,
listen,
the reason they're going, no, they're not injecting AI because of DLSS or whatever or ray tracing. They are doing it because that's what the shareholders want to hear right now.
No. The shareholders don't make that shit.
Right now, everything is AI driven everywhere, every fucking where.
Yes.
If you put
Yes.
AI, people
Yes.
are literally bending over backwards to hand you money. Okay.
Okay,
There
but
is
hold
no
on.
way.
Listen. Like I said, I got receipts. My man is here. They all be talking, and there's a bunch of IT dudes in this conversation. And I'll be like, man, fuck that fake shit. That AI shit, how the fuck is that working out for the 5090, the 5080?
Well, and part of the reason they're doing that
with not performing
Let him
the way
say. He wants to say something. Let him say.
Yeah,
part of the reason they're doing that with video and stuff is because in the end it's cheaper to do that and to increase the power through I guess you would call it fake shit. Than it is to invest in the better chips and the better technology.
Listen, all this and frame interpolation and listen, that's fake shit.
It doesn't work.
Listen, it does. I'm telling you what it is. We're not talking about opinions here. What I was saying was I told K. Asante when he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get a 5090." I said, "Fucking for what? They're gonna implement AI and it's not gonna outperform the raw power of a 4090." And I was fucking right.
Well,
I was right.
I don't even think the new consoles, even when they come out in 2027 or 2028, are going to beat the 4090 SKU. Even then,
they don't have to. That's like reaching for heaven, baby. And you
they don't. Yeah, you don't have to for on a console. You don't have to do that.
The 4090 is a $1799 card.
If that's the case,
coming out like that,
you're gonna pay like $3,000 for a console.
Exactly. They're not aiming at the fucking 4090 in performance.
And I tell you right now, I'm not paying no $3,000 for no console.
The 4090 is a fucking workstation.
Let me just say,
hold on, Paul. If you buy a 4090 or 5090 just to play games, you jerked yourself.
Okay, go ahead.
Because they do more than
that. For a console to run something that powerful, the fan would have to be the size of one of those things they used to use in movie sets to make the wind. Okay,
Dudes, what I'm saying. Dudes that have this conversation. People that have this conversation, they aim at the fucking top cards. Are you crazy?
You better have
fucking people ain't buying the top cards like that.
You better have an AC fucking in the back of the heart for that console.
But you're gonna have a fan so big the console's gonna have to be bracketed to the table so it doesn't fly off. Yeah.
Each console comes with its own refrigerator.
Good luck at it. A good night's sleep.
But it'll be Xbox branded, so
right. The next Xbox is literally a fridge because it has to be.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yo, Wize, I got a question for you. What is the 4090 listed as? What is it? Is it a gaming graphic card?
No, it's for AI.
No, it's not. It's a fucking workstation. Do you know what that is?
Well, for server blades and stuff like that.
It does way more than fucking gaming.
Video editing, 3D software.
Right. Listen, if you bought a 4090 to fucking play Fortnite, you're an asshole.
No, my son has 4 of them. He's mining shit.
He's advertised for gaming.
Then he should have got the 4. I'll trade him because I got the 40. I'll trade him. I got the 4060, which is more geared toward Bitcoining. So there you go.
When people talk about these high-end graphic cards, it's easy to say, "Oh yeah, I want a Porsche," but you drive a fucking Prius.
I like my Honda.
Okay, like come on, let's stop fucking reaching for the stars.
Hey, man, they can get a Boxster.
Right.
That goes back to the original question. That goes back to the original question. Why, in God's name, if Microsoft is going to make one console, are they going to cater to the Porsche client and not the Prius client?
I answered that already. They don't care about console sales, so they might as well give the hardcore what they want. I told you, let's make that bet. We could bet a dinner. We could bet something. I don't gamble, but I'm willing to.
I'll take that bet. It's a friendly wager. We'll take that bet. We'll take that bet. It's a friendly wager. I'll buy you dinner.
I'll buy you a cigar. I'll buy you a cigar. You buy me one. How's that?
Shit, my ass is indebted to his ass anyway.
Yeah, let's go. I'll buy you a cigar and you buy me one, Lemon. Let's go.
Yo, listen.
I'll take that bet.
Listen, we could bet a game. I don't even care. But the point is, I'm telling you,
fuck game. I want a fucking cigar.
Okay.
What's the real?
Bro, I got him
exactly. I'm not playing no that game.
But I'm telling you, the next Xbox will be dedicated towards the hardcore fan base. It will not be a Series S equivalent in terms of performance, or not even performance. Just like the entry level, they're not going to do that. Because they hardcore fans.
Can you still hear me?
Can
you still hear me?
Yeah.
And it's like that's what I'm telling you. And
okay.
That's what
my computer was doing weird shit. So.
That's what drives the Xbox
community.
I got a question.
And I want to speak to one of the statements you. Wait. Let me speak to one of the statements you said about the Series S outselling. Not only is it the price. Remember, the Series S had a big bump during the pandemic because everybody was staying fucking home. That's one of the reasons the Series S sales numbers went so high.
No, I'm gonna tell you
because
what
it was cheaper
Right,
and everybody was at home.
Even without the pandemic, that probably would have happened though. That's usually what happens.
Not to the amount that it has. Not to the amount that it has.
But also, Paul, remember the time they were making more S's than X's because the chips were easier to manufacture at that time. So at that time, since there were such a short commodity of consoles and the S was more readily available, that was
it had more fails on the what's the name line, man.
Yeah, because those chips were bin to chips anyway. So,
right.
But still, the pandemic did feed into the sale.
Remember this date. Remember this date, motherfuckers. I told you.
Yeah, well, we got dropped. We've done a bet. We did a friendly wager. I think me and Metroid believe that the next Xbox is going to be, in fact, a little bit weaker. If not, either weaker or at the same level as PS6. But definitely not higher than PS6. They are not going for the power crown.
I don't understand why they would go for the power crown again. They've tried it 2 generations in a row, and it hasn't really helped them.
They're not going to do a Nintendo and tap out on the power narrative.
But I'll see the power narrative.
Yeah, they will. That's tapping out.
But there's a large gulf between what Nintendo provides and what PlayStation provides.
Yeah, we're not talking about
the Switch 2 isn't more powerful than the Xbox One X. I mean, it's got a decent CPU in it, but the GPU side of it still is last gen. So like, what they provide is not even attempting to really be on the level.
Like I asked you before though, and you didn't really answer.
Right? The N64. They said they was not doing no more power narrative systems. This came out of Nintendo mouth. They just gonna make shit that fit their demographic.
Yeah, right. So like I think it wouldn't surprise me that if like this next Xbox hardware, if it does come out, it's more powerful than the next Nintendo thing, but not more powerful than a PS6.
So you taking that bet too?
Yeah, I'll take that bet too. So you're saying is if the next Xbox is less powerful than PS6,
it will be more powerful.
Sell.
He's saying it's
no. See, you keep adding shit, Chupacabra.
No, I'm asking you a question because
the next Xbox, they won't go with the power narrative.
I understand that. Again,
Slow-mo, you be the impartial judge here since you're the guest. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, you're insinuating that they're going to do a more powerful console because that's what the hardcore wants, and so they're going to give them that. So I'm asking you, so does that mean if they don't give them what they want in terms of the power narrative that they don't support the console?
No, Danny. What? See, I ain't saying nothing about
they'll still buy it. They'll just bitch about it.
Okay, so
if
they're still going to buy it, then why would Xbox or Microsoft care? That's all I'm asking. If the people are still going to support it, if they're still going to buy it,
let me. That's a stupid question. Okay, I got. So if I have the,
Yo, hold on.
But because
I know you don't have your PC, but don't be telling me.
You would get mad, Paul. Come on,
I don't get.
No, I didn't call him stupid. I said,
that's the question.
Do either of us, any of us who are in this podcast or on this chat, really care what one crippled guy?
Listen, nobody on this panel can say anything to hurt my feelings. He said my question, my hypothetical is stupid, and I want to hear his reason why he thinks it's stupid.
That's the whole thing. Is hypothetical. It can't be stupid. That's your opinion.
Go ahead.
Well, it's not an opinion. It's a hypothetical question. It's not an opinion. Right. Go ahead, Paul. Explain to me why it's stupid.
But because to say, okay, a company could make something great and people would buy it, or they can make something good and people will still buy it. Why would they still make something great? That doesn't make sense to me.
But that's my question: is why go the extra step, put in the extra effort, spend the extra money, whatever it is, if it would get supported no matter what. That's all I'm asking.
For the hardcore.
But the hardcore, according to you say they would support it anyway. So what does it matter?
No, the hardcore wants hardware.
Of course. Well, the hardcore wants the next console to fucking run all the satellites in the sky to be so fucking powerful. But if they're gonna support it no matter what, then why go the extra step? it's gonna sell anyway.
Go ahead.
Their fan base is gonna
I get exactly what he's saying. Like, I get exactly.
I do too, but why not put your why not put your best foot forward? Why not still put your best foot forward?
It's still a business at the end of the day. Whatever cuts costs. Like, that's the main reason.
Let me take a different tack. I think the biggest issue hardware wise they had this generation was simply the fact that like they had developers that did not like the 2 SKU approach. So you had like such a gulf between what the Xbox Series S was capable of doing and the Xbox Series X that like you had some games that ended up not coming out at all, ended up being, de facto console exclusives for the PlayStation, or they came out later simply due to that. All you really need
that golf wasn't as big as people make it up.
Hold on. Okay, now let me combat that.
I'm not done.
Okay.
All I'm saying is that all they need to do is provide hardware that meets the minimum that developers want. And it's not really about what the gamers want, because clearly Microsoft has proven already they don't care about what Xbox gamers want. They have proven this over the past couple of years with the moves they made and the things they've said publicly that didn't turn out to be quite what they were saying. Now, when it comes to the providing hardware in the future, if you're getting developers what they want, you are lowering the barriers from them choosing to not put a game on a smaller platform, a smaller base of players. It makes it easier to get those games there and to not have any kind of issues. And so I think they're going to do the minimum of what's necessary for that, which isn't a weak piece of hardware. It's going to be a decent power console. It's just not necessarily going to be the most powerful thing that's going to be out on the market at that time.
Okay, let me say this.
Go ahead.
Let me say this. You got a high-end PC, don't you?
Yeah.
How many variables of PC fucking hardware do they develop for every day?
Let's see. It's different for consoles though.
Oh no, hold on.
For one SKU on console.
Yeah. Listen. You said something, and I'm gonna say the facts. More motherfuckers are playing at 1440p 120 on Series S than they are on fucking PC.
Nah, that ain't true.
Bullshit. The average person that spends $399 or $429, and that's some other bullshit with the Series S. But come on, bro. You can't buy a comparable PC at that price for $430 on PC.
Not at $430. But if you're already going to put something like the people who decide to go to PC, they don't care about the price on PC. They will build what is necessary for what they want out of gaming. If you want to play at 1440p, triple digit frame rates guaranteed, you're gonna get a pre-built or build a PC that does specifically that. And the price does not matter.
But the Steam attachment rate contradicts what you're saying.
I don't know where.
No, because there are 200 million PC gamers. You cannot stereotype all of them.
How am I stereotyping?
They don't all have the same motivation.
Hold on. Facts.
Wait. You just stereotyped all of them. You just stereotyped all of them.
Hold on, Paul. Every year, the same numbers attach rate to what's being played and what frame rates, what resolution, and 1080p is still fucking king. So what are you talking about, bro? 1080p is the dominant player base on Steam. The biggest platform on
I guarantee you the majority
year.
The majority of people on this planet are still rocking 1080p TVs
every year.
Yeah,
they are not. Those games are only on PC. You cannot get those games on console. So bringing them up in a conversation where we're talking about people transitioning to PC or people playing with much more powerful hardware when they don't play those games, it's irrelevant.
So what about games like Spider-Man, bro? They playing that shit at 1080p, 100 frames, 200. Not a lot of people, but that's what they.
Spider-Man barely sold on PC, and the people who played
I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that.
That's the truth. It barely sold on PC, but it sold to people who got 4090s, 5090s, 4080 supers. It sold to them.
Yeah.
So when we talking about like
putting out videos of them looking at the ray tracing and shit,
like the
people don't even know what that shit still is.
There are half of the PlayStation community and half of the Xbox community are still playing on Xbox Ones and PS4s.
Oh, that's a fact.
Yeah, that's a fact.
They don't care about the performance.
Probably more than half.
I'm also to Paul's point. He brought up something. What really moved the S was one game. Do y'all even know the game that really moved the S?
EA college football.
College football. Yep. As soon as they brought that shit out with next gen only. Yep, another one.
Madden 26, current gen only.
Oh,
so
yep.
You guys always bring up this stuff with Steam numbers and all these things being played. That's all nice and well because I think that's with everyone's current device. But somebody looking into upgrading, whether it is to upgrading into the console space or upgrading their PC, they are not playing. Their intentions are not to build a PC that
if someone's entering PC gaming for the first time and they're not a gamer, they might get some budget $400, $500 PC.
They're gonna go to Best Buy. Let's just say what it is.
But anybody who is transitioning from the current gen consoles to PC, they're not going to anything that's less powerful or equal to the console they're leaving. They want something more powerful than the console they're leaving.
When you're looking at these numbers,
I wouldn't say none of them are. I wouldn't say.
So
of course it's going to be.
You trying to tell me when those Steam's numbers dropped this year, people that claim for the last 3 years that they was moving into PC, you gonna tell me that those numbers are gonna drastically change from 1080p to 1440p and 4K?
No, what I'm saying is I have a PS5 Pro, and if I transition to PC, I'm not transitioning to a PC that's less powerful than the Pro. Then what the phone is?
Like for example,
transitioning.
Like say for example, me. Okay, I am not a PC gamer.
Me neither.
If I did come out to play a PC game, or if I wanted to build a PC, I am not buying the low of the low. I am looking at.
You got money though. You got money.
Okay,
and people that don't have a lot of money aren't leaving the console space to go to PC.
To go to a weaker platform.
There's a lot of capping going on here.
I mean, but nobody's going to go from a PlayStation to a weaker PC. Somebody's going to be like, if my PlayStation is doing this level,
adequate, right?
PC, I'm going to be
that shit sounds good until they try to buy one.
No,
but they might go for equal. Because it depends on why they're going to PC. They might just be happy with. They might just be happy with. I just want one that runs basically the same as. But because I don't need a big horse, but I just don't want to have.
There's going to be people out there that would be happy with the lateral transition because they're more interested in the capabilities of PC, not so much of running games at 7,000
the flexibility.
frames.
The flexibility.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are those people, but it's going to be, I would say, a small amount of people. I think most people, if they're transitioning, are looking for that jump in performance.
This thing in the bud. Let's go ahead and move on. Paul, what happened to Doom, man?
Holy!
Oh, don't even start, dude.
No, I need some clarifications here. Okay,
what happened to Doom? What happened to Doom?
Apparently,
it's a great game, and according to the numbers we've seen, which I don't know what their source is, but I don't give a shit.
Yeah, but listen, we hear the shit. Like I was saying to Cells on Twitter, like this happens all the time with these amazing fucking games that they just don't get supported for whatever reason. Doom: The Dark Age is a fucking awesome game. If it didn't sell well, I don't understand the reason why. There's plenty of games that do that, and I can't tell you why.
And it is on Game Pass, which is how I played it. Yes, I got the $30 upgrade, but
didn't they just brag about the attachment rate? Didn't they just brag about how many players they got the fastest Doom ever? So what the fuck are you talking about?
They brag about players, but not sales.
Hold on, nobody talks sales no more. You don't see Sony changing that shit too. We talked about that last week. Don't you got misforgets?
Whenever they have a game every week, we talk about 5 mil or 10 mil. They always
we talked about that last week.
Milestones,
right? We talked about that last week. They bragged about Sony's talking about changing their vision from sales to players playing.
Right, because
Engagement-
they're gonna choose the metric that's easier to say, look, we're doing a good job.
Right. They're going to choose the metric that puts them in the best light. That's just called.
It's easier to sell that shit to investors too. It's like
I would also ask.
Go ahead,
I would also ask. Did those sales numbers? Did those include the $30 upgrades?
that way, I don't know. It just says.
How about
See,
this?
that's a big one. That's a big one.
People bought it, right? Only 500,000 people bought it on PlayStation at the time of last week.
No, the surprising one. Actually, the
fuck
surprising
knows?
one was
Steam?
the diminished in sales in Steam.
On Steam, right,
Is like
right.
because usually
It
Doom
was
is
500,000
a
also.
PC game, right?
Right, it was 500,000 also.
Yeah, because Doom was basically a PC game for
Right,
them.
right. So that is where the big.
But how is the majority on Xbox? Because of Game Pass.
Right, and you can play it. I played it on my PC through Game Pass, so I'm still playing it on my PC. It's just going through Game Pass.
All right, so here brings up an interesting conundrum here. All right.
Here we go.
As the world turns, ladies and gentlemen.
You're not gonna like this line of thought. I know
20
nobody in this
shows
panel is gonna like this fucking.
Yo, I think you're the host that's a fucking instigator, but I'm gonna let you continue.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I hate.
Not sure what stupid thing you have to say this time.
That's a special. That's a
He's
special.
got a fucking
Not by
stick.
now.
He just pokes people.
He's like Gargamel of fucking.
Yeah, go ahead, Wise.
Nobody get that fucking Smurf reference.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you next week. Instead of a cat, he got a fucking golden elephant in his crib. Shit is crazy.
I'll show you a goddamn golden elephant. Hold on.
Oh,
dear God.
shit. He probably got the golden
I
elephant. He got
don't know what he calls
beads around his
the
neck.
elephant, but
He's like, yeah, my
Well,
wife.
we know it's not him because he ain't got a trunk that big. So
just cut
I
it.
know
God,
it.
he got a golden elephant.
Promo, I know this dude. I know this dude.
Yeah.
He's not
India.
buying statues. He's buying
This
elephants.
motherfucker got a bronze Dumbo up in
He
his
got a
bin.
bronze fucking Dumbo.
That's
The
Indian
fuck?
mythology. What are you gonna do?
I
Yo,
called it. I called it. I told y'all, man.
God damn.
This fucking instigated little motherfucker.
my sister would steal that from you. I'm just saying.
Why you showed the ass first? You fucking it?
I like ass.
Don't ask him where he sticks the trunk.
I'm not-
fucking elephant
How much you pay for this shit, Wise?
Yo, Wize, you missed it. I said your wife likes to sit on that golden trunk.
Is that
And
like
I
a
sit back and watch
representation?
while she sits on the golden trunk. There you go.
Look, and he's sitting in the corner with his fucking wine glass watching.
Yeah.
Is that a
Like,
representation
why
of
are you
Ganesh?
falling down the
Why-
tush? She's like, because it hurts.
Oh shit. Go ahead,
Okay, so let's hear your stupid question, Wise.
do your fuckboy shit. Go ahead, Wize.
Is that from Ganesh? Why?
He said from Ganesh.
Do not offer my
Wow.
God peanut, okay? That's all I
Wow.
gotta say.
You
Do not offer
said,
my God
Ganesh with
peanut.
a D?
Wow. Yeah, you know what's wrong with y'all? You know what's wrong with the Indian people? They need to start eating cows. Fuck it.
Oh, we lost him.
the host.
Oh shit! He could have.
You know what's crazy?
Mhm.
Yo,
He's
Paul, take
out.
over the hosting.
I'm out.
Thank you for joining us tonight. Well,
Yeah,
oh, wait,
it's a
damn it, he came back.
Fucking Ganesh
Have a
took
good
me
night.
off the fucking podcast.
Them Hindu gods got pissed off. How dare you show our ass first?
Krishna was like, "You ain't doing this on my watch, motherfucker." You know.
Tommy's about to fucking eat your ass. That's what happened.
Oh shit. Go ahead, Wize. I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so there have been some scuttle regarding internal talks regarding Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. Now, you would think about I'm not talking about PC Game Pass. I'm just talking about Xbox Game Pass Ultimate here. All right. Now we know Doom has did not have the number of sales that we typically are accustomed to for a Doom game. So the logic goes like this. If you are on Game Pass Ultimate, there's like what, about 40 million people on Game Pass Ultimate or Game Pass Ultimate. How many people are on Game Pass Ultimate? Would y'all say?
About 40.
40?
Yeah.
Well, 40 million
35.
people are on Game Pass, right?
35, 40 million. Yeah.
40 million people are on Game Pass.
They almost have 45.
Okay, well, not all of those people are on Ultimate. Some of them are PC Game Pass, right?
No, you know. on console.
The vast 40. Majority of them are though. The vast majority of them are.
It's about 40 on console between Xbox One and.
Yeah, but then how many of those 40 are Ultimate is what he's asking.
I just told you it's about 45. It's about 40 on Ultimate.
Okay, let's play devil's advocate here. Let's just say let's work with 40 for just number's sake, right? Let's deduct 75% of those individuals. So you're talking about 10 million.
So you're just gonna make up numbers, huh?
Well, because not everyone's going to buy everything, right? Not everyone's going to buy everything. Not everyone's going to play anything, whatever, right? So we're just playing statistics here. We're playing probability odds here.
Probability. Right? Okay, let's go with
probability odds here. So even if we take it down to even more than that, even if we do like almost an 85% deduction in the 40 million. So you're talking about 5 million people.
Right. For what reason, though?
What I'm saying is that
right now you're not saying anything.
Those 5 million people are, would you say, will be the hardcore of your hardcore? They buy everything Xbox.
Only 5 mil? I don't know. Probably more.
The pure hardcore of your hardcore.
No. That's a low number, bro. Everything. Xbox is carried by hardcore.
Would you say the hardcore?
I'm just trying to get what point are you trying to get to? And
I'm not following.
Okay, so these would be the same individuals had Game Pass Ultimate not been a thing, or Game Pass in general not been a thing, would have bought their game. So my question to you is this, and this is what people are saying, are saying, okay, internally.
Does Game Pass cannibalize sales?
Is Game Pass internally cannibalizing their own sales?
We're all going to have different opinions. I think yes. Other people are going to think no. But without seeing any of the actual numbers, none of us know for sure.
Well, you look at one right here. Like, if you look at Doom, right? Doom has 3 million concurrent users, of which you would say 1 million are sold, right? The argument is, if there was no Ultimate Game Pass tier, then those numbers would be higher. That the problem is that basically all Ultimate Game Pass is doing is taking away sales from Xbox from people who would normally have bought their games to begin with.
But let me throw in real quick what I just talked about, though, that we don't have the numbers for. How many of those Ultimate users bought the $30 upgrade? Because that basically, that's a big bump in that. Because let's say it's 5 million, and let's say half of them bought the $30 upgrade. So I mean, you're not really. I mean, cannibalizing sales.
No, leave that up there, motherfucker. Don't try to take that down. I saw that.
All right.
And I can't say that if I would have to pay full price for it right now, I would have.
I think naturally I would say assuming so, yeah, I would say it cannibalizes sales. If, say, for example, if I was interested in Doom and I wanted to buy it for $70, I'm subscribed to Game Pass, so I'd rather just play it through Game Pass.
I just put it this way: Game Pass is literally a system that is designed to incentivize people to go and purchase into the subscription service as opposed to buying the game. Because if you're paying for Game Pass, why would you buy them? And now there are people, of course,
but some people do.
I was getting there, and there are people that say, "Listen, I played it on Game Pass, and then I bought the game." But that is not most people.
That's not most people. That's not me.
So I think if you look at it logically, I don't think it is possible to say that Game Pass doesn't cannibalize sales when it literally is designed to incentivize.
What I'm saying is, it's not only. But what I'm saying is, not only does it cannibalize sales. I'm not saying it would cannibalize sales. I'm saying it's cannibalizing their own sales.
Okay, let me.
They're like shortchanging their own sales.
It really depends on the kind of game.
Yeah, it depends.
Service is the ultimate goal. They want that reciprocal money from the service over selling you the game. That's the whole point of the service.
Let me say this:
they get paid monthly every month.
Let me say this about you fucking non-Game Pass, even though you own it. Fucking Wize, you troublemaking bastard. Let me say this.
No, but let me say this.
No.
Let me say this, and I'll let you go.
Shut the fuck up.
I am exactly the same situation. I'm in the same situation. I'm not going to buy anything from Bethesda, from Activision Blizzard, and from Microsoft because I know since I have Game Pass.
Well, I call bullshit. No. Let me just call quick bullshit, Mr. Collector's Edition over there. Okay, so let me just.
Okay, look, Doom, exactly. Case in point, Doom. I bought the fucking wrap. I bought both fucking consoles, both fucking controllers.
Both controllers. I bought one. Mine came yesterday.
Yeah, but I did not underline the word "did not" buy the game.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
See,
Let me.
for me, Doom is the only Xbox first-party game this entire generation I have bought. I bought Doom, the Dark Ages.
Nice.
All the rest I played on Game Pass.
Okay, let me say this. First of all, PlayStation has a service. It's not as lucrative at all. Not even close.
I mean, there's more people in it, so it is.
Fuck out of here. They lost 49% twice.
49% of a single tier, not the overall people.
No, the
49% of the
okay.
And then again, PlayStation is not putting God of War day and date on their platform and then saying, "Oh, we got 5 million people using the game," and then coming out a week later saying, "Oh, we only sold 1 million."
Hold on, let me say this. You see, this is what's wrong with y'all motherfuckers. We are in a subscription generation.
You know you're in a subscription generation. Does Microsoft know you're in a subscription generation?
Yes,
that's
because
the question.
they started it. Yes. Listen to the numbers.
And then they're shuttering control. They're shuttering developers because their game didn't sell.
No, excuse me.
Everyone's
come
doing
on,
that. It's happening everywhere.
Paul, let me get this little motherfucker. For somebody who actually do developer interviews, not discrediting anybody here, I'm just saying in general on the whole, every time I ask that Game Pass question, developers wish they can get in.
But you're talking to a indie developer. You're not talking to somebody who developed Doom.
Are you crazy? You think I don't even fucking cover indie games hardly. No,
you
I do not.
Developer.
Motherfucker.
First of all, I'm asking. I don't know.
You need to go to 108 Dragons fucking TV and check my content. And I did this from I've been a Bethesda fan from day one. You need to watch my content and then you'll learn something.
I do watch your content.
Okay. Listen to me.
The developers that I've seen you interview are like...
Oh, yeah, the smaller guys. I get them burned, especially at PAX. But listen, let me finish. Today's people are not buying games in droves no more. Let's take Game Pass and say 20 million people at $10 a month. At $10, they're making $200 million a month.
Right, but that's an
entirely hold on. I'm getting to my point. $200 million a month. Right? We don't know what Doom costs. Nobody said it had a $500 million budget.
It's at least $100 million.
No,
I mean, you could say listen.
Right. It could be, right? But listen to the numbers. They are guaranteed individuals paying a monthly subscriptions like Netflix. I'm the minority. I have over 2,500 hard copies of movies. I'm the minority. Netflix has been winning for years.
Netflix
Disney
is in debt.
No. Listen, they got big money. They are number one. Everybody got debt. The United States got fucking debt. We can't do that. I'm talking about guaranteed money per month. Guaranteed. Right? They're winning with that aspect. You see the growth in Game Pass over the last 6 months, especially on the PC realm. I thought the PC community would never get involved with Game Pass. You see, those numbers has changed, and I was wrong with that. I could say I was wrong, right? I was like, man, PC motherfuckers ain't doing no subscriptions.
But Lemon,
hold on, let me finish.
That's an entirely different conversation.
No, but listen, cannibalizing sales when they want you on Game Pass to guarantee your subscriptions.
I already said that.
No, but let me finish. So, yes, if you look at the old school way when they didn't have no subscription-based systems, and of course you want to make those initial sales. Yes, you do. But the days have changed. I broke it down with the last Eminem album. This motherfucker sells diamond out the door.
But these games that they're putting into the Game Pass are costing $200 million.
Hold on, let me finish.
I'd say the simplest question is if it's profitable.
Hold on, Triple. Hold on. My point is, we cannot be stuck in the old fucking ways. We cannot. You know where they are making sales? This is why they said, we're going to put our shit on PlayStation. That's working. people are buying the games over there.
But common sense for common sense.
It's not common sense. Not today.
No, pause. You're getting $60 from a PlayStation gamer. You're getting $60 from a Steam gamer. Okay. Xbox gamer. All right. Those hardcore that are willing to pay you 60 a pop, you are now absolving for 30 a pop.
Well, so let me ask you. Let me ask you. Would, as I said, I think you're fixated on the sales number. Would they still be doing this if it's not profitable, or they don't see it becoming profitable?
They won't let me logic.
But the other question, Triple, is the people that have Game Pass.
We can't ignore that they went from those games only being available in the Xbox ecosystem where Game Pass lives. As Phil Spencer said when he did the Bethesda show, these games will only exist where Game Pass lives. Now these games exist everywhere. So when you talk about whether it's profitable or not, I would say that's not really the question. The question is, how profitable was it? Right, because it wasn't as profitable enough for them to not to put their games everywhere else. Right. So I think the thing that's really interesting about the question is that not every game has the same sales goal, and not every game has the same audiences. So there's some AAA games, like for example, like Zal Strelnick, the CEO of Take-Two, has said multiple times publicly, I will never put any of our games day one in Game Pass. But all their games are big, massive AAA, $500 million kind of games. Right. They're not going to do that. But then you look at a game like Expedition 33 from a brand new developer, brand new IP, and that extra profile of being here and being seen help them with a quality title get out there. You see a game. I'll go to the first part. You look at Grounded. Grounded is not a game that anybody would have looked at on its own. Nobody. Agreed. But being in Game Pass, people tried it out. Sea of Thieves, Pentiment, those kind of smaller titles get a actual audience that feels okay. I don't have to spend the upfront cost to play this. I'm somewhat interested, but I'm not sold. I'm on the fence. So let me go try it. And then those people may say, you know what? I like that so much, I'll buy it.
But the problem is with Doom now. Doom is an established IP.
No, fact. Right. But guess what? Guess what? This is what I always ask a developer, right? When they put a game in Game Pass, games don't stay there. You know when a game leaves, the game sales go up every time.
But
every time a game,
but all Microsoft IP are going into Game Pass
but listen
in perpetuity.
To me. They are winning. We just fucking posted the numbers on the fucking profitability.
I personally think if Doom: The Dark Ages was not day and date in Game Pass, the people that have Game Pass would still have paid for Game Pass because of the great value that Game Pass is and what it offers, and they still would have bought Doom.
Yes, they still would have bought Doom. They still would have bought Doom.
Game Pass subscription.
But that's
all Wize is trying to get at.
No. I get that. But listen. But you got people on the PlayStation side asking for day and date on 8 services. Sony just said,
who wants it?
Who wants to pay full price for shit?
But hold on.
I tell you right now, God of War Ragnarok sold 15 mil. If it was day and date, it ain't selling 15 mil 100%.
That's true.
Facts. That's a fact.
This is the debate that's going on right now. Is day and date worth the trade-off?
But it's working. Everybody
day and date for Game Pass, you mean?
Yes.
I mean, it can't be for every game. Like they were saying, certain games, like smaller games, obviously benefit massively from the exposure.
That's why games like Doom are only available day and date through Ultimate. They're playing with it a little bit.
I thought they changed their
no. But if you ain't got Ultimate, you ain't got all of those.
They don't have day and dates no more. They put it. Yeah, it's now like core. You get like
if you got base Game Pass, you don't get fucking Doom.
You don't get Doom. You have to get the higher tier.
Yeah, they said a while back that, like you have to, if you want day and date, you have to get.
You want day and date, you got to get Ultimate. We cannot diminish
which I think is definitely a smarter.
I got one chance out.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. So
let Paul go because he turned red. Count Dooku's here.
No, I get it.
He's in the bat cave.
Yeah. But I guess again the question for why is like focusing so much on whether or not. It's,
Hold on, Triple. Paul's
it's-
trying to get a point out. Let's
Go ahead.
Sorry, I'm
Sorry,
get my ass kicked in Monster Hunter. Okay.
I was just going to make a point to Wize's original thing of, they had all these discussions when they decided to do Game Pass at all.
Mhm.
Okay, are we? I can guarantee you. Well, are we going to cannibalize our own sales? Came up. I can
Mhm.
guarantee you that the people back in the boardroom and the money makers back there, even before the boardroom, when they've discussed all that. They weighed all the pros and the cons of it. That's why we've seen the shift to only if you have Ultimate do you get day and date. I would be surprised if they took away all day and date from Game Pass, because it is almost becoming a game like Doom's a big title. Doom would have sold big if it wasn't day and date. But some of these smaller titles, like I don't think Expedition 33 would have done as well if it hadn't
Okay, but
been
Paul,
on
let me
their
ask you a
D&D.
question. What about Outer Worlds 2?
That's a big fucking game. I mean, seriously, that's a lot of people.
I think that would benefit from Game Pass. I don't know that that's Doom levels of being big.
It got the
probably
original
costs
got a
more
lot of
to
positive
make.
press.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying it's a bad game. I just don't. I don't know. Me personally, I wouldn't put it on that same level as a Doom or an Elder Scrolls or any of these
Oh
other.
no, it's not. It's
yeah.
getting there though. Get a few more iterations and it will be there, because it does a hell. If they stick with their formula, they did a hell of a job. So
Yeah.
I think instead of taking away day and date, they are far more likely to take away features of the lower tiers below Game Pass Ultimate in order to try to
push you up,
incentivize
yeah.
people to go get Ultimate instead, or raising the price of the lower tiers so that people feel like, well, why am I on this tier if Ultimate's only $3 more per month? I'll just go get Ultimate. They're gonna try to find ways to get people onto Ultimate.
Look at all these other
instead of
sub-services
being
that are injecting ads and shit into the lower tiers to incentivize people.
Exactly.
To
That's
the higher tiers.
a prime way to get somebody to jump up a tier. If you every time I launch a game, you making me watch an ad before I do it. Oh no!
I hope to God that never happens.
And it's the same cheesy, stupid ad every time. It's like, oh, really?
Right.
Jesus Christ!
Pay $3 more for the higher tier. You don't have to see the ad anymore. Oh hell yeah, I'm gonna pay the $3.
Weird to see that implemented, but in terms of like reducing features, I think Core is already limited to like 25 or when it first came out, it was like 25 select games or something like that. And over time, games would come out to it. I think recently they updated the games that were in Core, so I'm not sure what else they would take away.
They're supposed to update those games every few months.
True, but I mean, then you raise the price.
It's been a long time. I can say I was in on the original conversation for that, but you don't want to know what I asked for. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
All right, so let's keep going. Okay, so the next topic. Yoshida came out and he's been really talkative as of late, hasn't he? He's been really going on doing the whole chat circuit.
He's not with PlayStation anymore, so he can say whatever he wants.
Yeah, and he's saying it all right. Believe you me, like
absolutely.
I mean, it is. So yeah, he came out and pretty much said that Game Pass is a threat.
So
no, that's not what he said. He said it could potentially be a threat
if there's ever
given a particular circumstance. He didn't say it.
Specifically, if we ever have a case where games are only accessible through Game Pass or PlayStation Plus, that's when it's been a problem. But
this man threw out some half truth and then walked away. That's pretty funny.
He's like,
that's what he does.
Throw a grenade in the room, close the door, and walk away.
At
It
least
was like a volleyball term where just got spiked.
Yeah, and it's
slow-mo. At least they finally got him to stop saying, I was reading an Icon era. It's like, holy shit.
Oh, man.
Also, I love Shuhei Yoshida. I think he's a great man, but it's really easy for a lot of these ex-executives and shit to Monday morning quarterback and say what is going to work in the industry won't work. It's like, anymore. So
Layden's been doing that too ever since he
Sean Layden does it all the time. And it's like it's easy to say, well, now it doesn't matter for you.
Yeah, now that you're not the guy in charge, the stuff they're doing that you started is bad. Okay, you're an idiot.
Didn't say none of that shit when you were there though. So like, people are out.
I don't know if he's got like resentment towards Sony. I don't think he does, but like I mean,
No,
I would have it if they treated me the way they treated him. Like I mean, he's the main reason why the last half of the PS4 generation had so many like really good games releasing, Game of the Year contenders, highest sell games, and then their congratulations to him was like, great. We just want you to be in charge of indies.
Yep,
that's it. And it's just like we don't give you zero budget to do anything with that, by the way. So it's essentially like that.
Those were the style of games
where they put the guy in the basement.
But he was greenlighting indie style games. Like those are the things that interest him. So I don't know.
He was also missing some really good indies as well. He was missing some good ones as well. It just the thing is that like
there's so many out there though, and it's hard to tell which one's going to be a hit, which one's not. Like looking at Balatro, that thing was a massive hit. I look at that thing and I'm like, and I played it. It's fun, but I wouldn't be like, yo, this Balatro game is going to be a massive fucking hit. Who would have looked at it?
I'll tell you what, it took a lot of my time. It took a lot of my time.
It was his choice to either leave the company or take this indie role. That's an ultimatum. That's a like, we don't want you in this role anymore, even though you've done an excellent job in this role. You have a choice. You can take this indie job or you can, leave. And then he did that, and now he's still gone. It's just it's funny, especially considering where they're at right now, content wise. They are not delivering on content. They are not. Their live service push has been a disaster. They barely got their single player games coming out.
They're ending their loyalty program, right? The stars or whatever.
The stars program.
Right. Yeah, the stars program is ending. Like they. I mean, I think it's kind of poetic in a sense that he says what he says, and they are where they are.
I just want it to die because I think Fair Games is going to be dog shit. I don't think anyone's hyped for that. No one's hyped for Merit.
I don't even think Fair Games is going to come out.
I forgot the name of the other. Oh, Concord. Concord was fucking dead on arrival.
Yeah. I mean, Fair Games, your CEO left already,
right? She was definitely fired. Like anytime someone leaves, you're a studio head of a company and you don't notify your employees that you're leaving. That
was a Friday afternoon end of day call. That's what that was.
You didn't have time to send the email to your employees that you were leaving. You didn't get that.
That wasn't live service though. Like Astrobot, amazing game, won Game of the Year. I think realistically that Death Stranding will probably get nominated. I think Ghost of Yote will probably get nominated. It's like, why not just focus on doing that shit?
Kojima, so it's definitely getting nominated.
Well, yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said in my tweet.
Right, but when I say it'll get nominated, I'm not saying
he flies Kojima every year. Every year he flies Kojima out for the show, fondles his balls, making him stand, wave, and smile, and that's it. That's all we.
That's his boy. That's for
You're not jealous, are you? Oh, I think I hear a little tone of jealousy in your voice, man.
But he makes a big deal about Yoshida showing about and it's like, dude,
Kojima
showing and he makes him. Here he is in the audience, stand, wave, maybe come up to the stage, say hi, and then go sit down. That's all he does every fucking year.
The funny thing about all this Shuhei stuff is really funny because before, when he was really doing his role in PlayStation, the only thing we really heard about the guy was what he was in charge of, and the fact that he famously told Cory Barlog to go back to the drawing board and go back and redo his homework. Basically,
he said like in the last couple of weeks it pulled itself together.
Yeah. The co-founder of Ready at Dawn, he started a new studio called Studio Atlantis now, but like some months ago he talked about Shuhei and how he felt that The Order 1886 would have been a better game if Shuhei never got promoted. Now, that's not a negative, but what he's saying is that Shuhei was a smaller producer working directly with Ready at Dawn on The Order 1886. Yeah. He gets promoted, and the guy that replaced him sucked. And so that guy kind of like basically was like, hit your milestones. I don't care. I'm not listening to anything you guys say. Get the game ready to go. And the game essentially released unfinished. But when everything leading up to then, it was going to be the exact vision that they had for the game, which is rare that developers can actually deliver on the vision they want for the game from like beginning to end. And they felt it was because Shuei was no longer directly involved in the project. He was getting acclimated to being the first party guy for all studios, and he couldn't have his hands on it. But that just shows the kind of mind and the kind of respect that he has. There's like almost no developers that work directly with him that have a unkind thing to say about him, and I think that says a lot.
I think
so when he speaks, I have a lot of respect for what he says. Yeah.
From what I've heard, his fracture with PlayStation came with the whole live service thing. He did not believe that was the right direction for PlayStation, and of course, corporate pretty much overruled him, and the rest is history.
And look where we're at today.
Yeah, corporate
so that is what I've
later
heard.
Later, Jim left, and all the hell broke loose. Yeah, okay, so who was right there?
And the fact that Shuhei was looked over for Jim, Ryan also didn't really make things well, because Shuei's like, well, what the fuck, all the major games that I was championed with have all become gargantuan cells, and you're making this man CEO, so that's also probably what.
And the fact that they wouldn't greenlight a Days Gone 2, but they greenlit fucking Lego Horizon, like anybody gave a fuck about that game.
Well, Herman thinks Horizon is the greatest thing ever, because that comes from his
baby.
Right.
So he pushes it every chance he
gets. I love
and
Zero Dawn and Forbidden West, but nobody asked for or wanted a fucking Lego version of it. And this multiplayer version that's supposedly they're working on, nobody wants that.
Holst, all he wanted to do was make Horizon into a massive IP like Last of Us, because Horizon was his baby. So
especially if that multiplayer Horizon game looks like the cartoony graphics that we saw, because nobody.
I got a question about the Lego one.
Isn't employed. It wouldn't surprise me if Holst isn't employed by the end of this year.
Yeah.
So for those of you that have played it or seen it, so in the Lego one of the things that makes the Lego games is that they're fun. They're funny. They inject humor into what they do above and beyond their IPs that they're representing. Did they do that with Horizon, or was it pretty much just a straight, it's a Lego game, but it's Horizon?
I have no fucking
idea.
I never played it, so I have no clue.
Okay, I played a little bit of it. If you are into the Horizon lore and in the Horizon universe, then yes, it's a good game. But how many people are actually into the lore and universe?
That's fair.
Right. And was there any humor injected, or was it just?
There's plenty of
humor. Again, in the trailer, they show him building like roller coaster parks and shit.
Yeah, I didn't look at it that close, so I was just asking. So
No. I mean, it's a fun time, but you need to be sort of immersed in the Horizon universe to be sort of.
That's one of the reasons the other Lego games work, though. It's because you're immersed in Harry Potter.
Right. I mean, everyone knows about Harry Potter. Everyone knows about Star Wars. Everyone knows about all the other IPs that they sort of capitalize upon.
It's just a weird, like, The Last of Us is huge, but The Last of Us Lego, no one fucking wants that. No one would ask for it. No one would buy that.
Again, because Horizon is Holtz's baby, and Holtz is putting it out there, trying to make it something more than it should be, I think. It's like, of all of the major IPs that Sony developed with Yotai or Tsushima and Last of Us, Uncharted,
well, I think Lego, the Lego Horizon is really the only one that
commercial success.
That was Horizon Lego really the only one that's a video game IP adapted into a Lego game, because the rest were all film or TV IP, right? Like Batman, Marvel, Harry Potter, Star Wars.
They've done some standalone Lego stuff too, but
they're all No,
but
I don't think there was one that was another video game IP.
No, but Lego also had their own. You could get the tall neck as its own Lego set.
We're talking about Legos. I'm talking about for the Lego video games. I don't think, other than the Horizon one, I don't think there is one that's based off another video game.
They've always adapted IP from other forms of media that are popular, like comic books, movies, TV shows, that kind of thing. Adapted
Indiana
into video games.
But the problem was that they needed they wanted a Sony IP that they can convert to Legos. Well, and Last of Us doesn't really
probably wasn't a good one to do it with. I think doing it with Twisted Metal would have been a better conversion, because that would have been a hell of a
I would say probably God of War would have been a better choice, to be honest.
My common sense is Astrobot. Ratchet and Clank.
I see. I
Johnny
don't.
Dexter.
It wouldn't
I
really
mean-
make like. Well, I want to say I get it with Astrobot, but like the Astrobot is already that fun game. So you just make another fun game with the Astrobot IP.
Yeah,
you
because
know?
I
they
think
wouldn't-
name
like,
brand title.
they would have been better off making a whole new separate Astrobot game where the entire game was themed after Horizon, or when the entire game is themed after God of War. Like
Yeah,
that would have
God of
made
War,
far more
sure.
sense than doing a Lego version. Like again, they keep giving us things that nobody is asking for, and I don't understand who is greenlighting these things up at Sony. Because
But we can't get a Bloodborne sequel. I'm stop.
right,
Well,
you can't even get a 60 frames patch,
You get a
bitch. You don't get what you
fucking
want.
remake
You
of
get what they
Bloodborne.
want to give you.
Well, Lego is with Lego, they were able to get out a first party IP without having to develop a first party IP. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, essentially, that's
They also had to share the money with the fucking developers of the Lego game. They could have
I
done.
don't know. It's
their
just
own- it makes no sense.
Yeah, it's interesting decisions all around. Like, not to go into the whole circle game, but we got Concord, but we couldn't get, was it factions or even with the Horizon multiplayer? I know people weren't excited for that one, but it's known IP that already has. I don't know what the sales figures, but you already have a known IP, and you like, let's get Concord out there instead. Or
I mean,
Spider-Man.
this is also because they trusted the live service charlatans of Bungie.
Mhm.
Like Bungie is like they thought Bungie was like the guru,
God,
the senseis of
Oh,
live service.
they're
not,
hanging them
you
fucking
can't
out
be
to dry,
the gurus
man.
of live service when your game is in the red every single month and you need to be bailed out from publishers every time you try to go independent. You don't know how to make money. And that's what Hiroki Satoki said about them when he did his audit of all of SIE. He said Bungie is very, very creative, but they don't have business sense. They don't understand how much they're spending and how to make money off of that.
The funny thing about Bungie was how everyone, when PlayStation first bought them, everyone was just applauding. Oh my God, they got the GOAT of FPS, blah 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 blah. And
people
then
think we were gonna get Halo with PlayStation. Y'all are.
I don't know what happened. Like overnight, it seemed like the entire population did a 180 on Bungie. And like, okay,
people were just trying to champion it.
The output wasn't what people were expecting from Bungie.
Yeah.
And then for Marathon, for being however many fucking years they've been working on it, for it to be what it is, was it only 4 levels, small fucking, like, how long have you been working on this fucking thing?
4 fucking characters.
Stealing content from
artists. 4 characters that are stolen
from artists because they got no fucking money.
Like, this is what you give us after however much money and time was given to them. I'd be like, fuck you guys.
I would just continue to bang the drum. Like, I wish we got factions too. That'd be nice. I know
you would have had it if Bungie didn't tell Sony,
and Naughty
that's not gonna make
Dog
money.
could have taken the factions multiplayer and said, we won't do it, but you have all these other fucking studios you bought. Let Ben do it. Anybody else could have done it.
Yeah, exactly.
I never played SOCOM back in the day. Would you guys think SOCOM would be relevant today?
Amazing.
No, SOCOM it will never come back, yo.
Yeah.
No. They don't care about none of their old IP. The older like the IP that like was from like PS2, PS3 generation. They don't care about none of that. If the current audience don't know what it is,
tweet shit about Resistance all the time. Every fucking year we get some shit about Resistance. We will never fucking get Resistance back. Yo, give us Resistance, and like, nah.
Here's
I love Resistance.
Here's a common sense question. They wanted to make an IP that they own into a Lego franchise. What about Spider-Man?
Yeah,
they already have that though. They have all the Marvel Lego games, the DC Lego games.
But they have
is Spider-Man in those Lego games? It's been a while since I played them.
Yeah.
I didn't know if he was in all of them.
because PlayStation doesn't own the video game rights to Spider-Man.
But still, they could do a standalone Lego Spider-Man and tell his own story.
That would sort of make more sense than.
Yeah,
but again, it would be if it was one based solely on the PlayStation Spider-Man games, that would sell far less than if it was one based on, let's say, all of the movies that existed.
Right. But even if
it could be its own story. It could
something from the comic books will work well too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, even if they did something like if they took the Spider-Man from the games from the Sony Spider-Man games, and they did like some sort of like a Into the Spider-Verse type thing with Lego, which you would think it would be almost like second nature. Like you think about it, right? You have all these different types of Spider-Man in a Lego game. That
I mean, the Insomniac suits in that movie.
Wasn't there a Spider-Verse version of that in the last movie? I feel like
when they go into Aunt May's basement, that was the basement that belonged to the original Peter with B. Parker, whatever fucking that one is. He's got all his suits like Batman style, and one of them is the Insomniac suit.
But no, in the second movie, didn't they have like they showed different worlds?
No, in the second one, I think didn't they have what's his name, Donald Glover in there? Like trapped in one of the like little cells.
I mean, but they showed a lot of different things, a lot of different like Spider-Verse stuff. I felt like they had a Lego one in there at some point. I
don't recall that, but it wouldn't surprise me if they did.
I mean, I admit I would have a lot of fun playing in a game as Spider Pig. You know, especially
I would love Spider Pig, especially in the Lego format. I mean, it sort of writes itself. You know what? You think about it, right?
That's actually a really good idea. Yeah.
I mean, you know, you would think that. I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. What like Horizon?
Listen, we could sit here for a half hour and spit out 50 ideas that would all work, be better, and be smarter investments than any of the shit that they've been trying to make for the last 5 fucking years.
And guess what?
And these dudes got their doctorates with their fucking suits.
They don't give a shit about any of them. That's the problem.
Yeah, they're just. Sometimes I really feel like all of these corporations. I don't care what fan you are. They're just all throwing shit at a wall and seeing what sticks.
Pretty much. I don't.
The problem is these people that aren't gamers, just these suits. They look at industry trends and they go, "Oh, that's making money. Let's do that." Not realizing that for you to do that, it's going to take you 5 years. By the time you're done, that's not the thing anymore.
Yeah. In the case of Horizon, I think it was one guy in the room going, "Hey, this is good," and he really liked it, and he had enough power to, let's do that.
I think the Horizon series is great. I love Zero Dawn. I think Forbidden West gets a little weird at the end with like fucking floating people and shit. I think
I'm just saying the whole Lego thing, though. Yeah, it'd be a fun Lego game. Well, whoever thought that was stupid.
I can only imagine how this roundtable discussion went. You had the CEOs of Lego and you had the CEOs of PlayStation on the same roundtable, and they're talking about which IP to bring over to Lego.
Lego sitting there like, "Oh, so we're gonna get a PlayStation IP in Lego?" And they're like, "Yeah." Like, which one? We getting some God of War? They're like, "No." They're like, "No." We getting Spider-Man? They're like, "No." They're like, "Shit."
That'd be like me sitting there going, "I want a Lego version of Control." What the fuck for? Okay, why?
I can imagine Holtz is like, "What about Horizon?" And all of the developers in his group are like, "Really, Horizon? You really want?"
So like, is there anything else on the table? He's like, Gran Turismo.
Hey, Wize, I gotta run. I got a movie night with the kids. I gotta get
we really appreciate you having coming in and
you're gonna go watch the new live action Disney movie. Is that what you're?
No, we're gonna watch Minecraft. We're gonna watch Minecraft.
There you go.
Yeah. All right, you guys have a great night, man.
Yeah, you too, Flo. Have a great night, man.
What was that chicken jockey? Oh fuck, I hate that thing.
Oh, for the Minecraft movie, chicken jockey. I've never seen that movie. I probably never will see that movie.
Yeah,
it was
Minecraft is a great game, but I'm not fucking.
So the people say.
Look,
I'll watch the movie when it's free. I mean, or when it's on one of the services.
I agree with you on that, Paul. 100%.
Yep, 100%.
My kid went to the Minecraft movie and bought this. He said, I said, "What happened?" He said, he was drenched in popcorn when he first came home after seeing the movie. I'm like,
because
I didn't even know,
Minecraft is the new this just generation's Rocky Horror Picture Show.
That's what I'm thinking. So I mean, he's like, people yelled chicken jockey and everyone started throwing popcorn. I'm like, why? And he's like, Dad,
it's a thing. That's why the theaters are allowing it now, because
we're talking about people who think that Minecraft is a good game.
Well,
or they're just, I think it's nobody thinks Rocky Horror is a good movie, but it is a fun movie to go to.
Yeah,
I was watching a video where I think somebody was getting arrested or something. No, somebody was like overdosing on drugs, and there's a guy recording this shouting.
Are you
Minecraft
watching World Star Hip Hop again?
No, he was just like shouting. He was just shouting Minecraft quotes. I was like, "What the dude's over there being resuscitated?" He just
It's like I would have given him Narcan, but I was fighting the ender.
something else. I was like, what is going on with today's? You see the man dying, it's like Minecraft quotes. I'm like, okay, sure. What?
My nephew fucking loves Minecraft, and all he does is he doesn't actually play. He goes in there in creative, and he dicks around for like 3 hours doing absolutely nothing, accomplishing absolutely nothing, and he has the time of his life. And I just go, okay, kid, you have fun with that.
Hey, it makes Microsoft a shitload of money, so I'm not.
100%. That shit makes a lot of money.
At this point in time, I've sort of come to accept the fact that I'm really fucking old, and I'm just not going to get it. I'm just not going to get it. You know what? I don't
call me jaded all you want, because Minecraft is cool. I think it's cool. I think the idea is cool. But I don't. It's not something I'm going to sit down and play for fucking hours.
I just anytime I make the most. It's too time consuming. That's the problem.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, anytime I hop on, I make the most basic house set.
I mean, and I've seen some amazing things. Like if you look up on YouTube, like Minecraft roller coaster, people build some elaborate, insane roller coasters themed after movies with big sculptures and shit. Or there were people that they worked together and they built a to scale version of the USS Enterprise with a bridge and everything.
I teach. I use Minecraft as a teaching tool. I have.
You can build functional computers inside of the game.
Yeah, I mean, I teach like whenever we talk about like parabolic and hyperbolic movement and everything like that. I actually have one of the projects that I have them do is create a Trebuchet that can launch a boulder.
It's over 6 classes. It's over 6 classes. The first 5 are spell it.
Well, he did just call it a Trebuchet, which I don't know what the fuck a Trebuchet is. A trebuchet.
Well, whatever you want to call it, Trebuchet, whatever that thing.
This is the man that's teaching him how to build something that doesn't exist.
He asked his kids to spell it because he doesn't know how. You know,
but no, he doesn't know if it's right. The possibilities in the game, I think, are impressive. But I'm
looking at something that's amazing right now. What? I'm looking at your boy Jim Ryan saying Xbox Game Pass has no rival. Game Pass has captured 60 to 70% of the global subscription market.
Where is this?
Nobody gives a fuck what Jim Ryan says. Since what the fuck do we give a fuck with? Now we give a fuck what Jim Ryan says.
I never gave a fuck what Jim Ryan says, but he ain't lying.
Until now.
Now, this is old news, but I had forgot that was in there.
Well.
I never thought Jim Ryan was a good fix. Even as like just a person to be like in front of a camera and speak on behalf of the company, I just never thought he was good for that role.
Nope.
He always looked
Wize, I just shared it with you, Wize.
I think the reason they picked him initially was because they were hoping he would give them the Western voice.
He's not from the Western. He's not from Western. He's from Europe.
Which is Western compared to like Japan and China.
Right. But he definitely did this. He made them money. He's a money guy. He don't even fucking play games.
Yeah.
All right, but let me say this now. Let me go ahead and move on to the next topic.
Yeah, share that with you. Post it, motherfucker.
I will post it. But let's go ahead and move on to the next topic. This is not a big topic, but and it should be a shock to nobody here. But apparently, Cyberpunk 2 is officially under production.
No shit.
Wow, really? Oh my god. Really?
In other news, water is wet.
But it's not about. The question is not about. Is it under production? It's the point about what y'all feel about it.
I mean, they put out a roadmap like a while back. This was in their playbook, so it's,
Well, they didn't put out a roadmap for 2. They put out a roadmap for 1.
Exactly.
No. Hold on. They put out a roadmap for the games. They're coming from a CD Projekt Red.
This is a gaming podcast. It's not that
about Cyberpunk and
it's not Cyberpunk is coming out part 2. Oh shit, fuck it, we knew that. No, how do y'all feel about it?
It's a game.
Well, as long as it doesn't
you're not
have
into it because you're playing too much Monster Hunter. You young
as long
I was there day one. I put like 40 hours into the game. I haven't went back to it, but yeah, I was there day one. Suffered through it like everyone else. So
as long as it doesn't suffer the issues that the first
you didn't have a Series X. You didn't have a Series X or PS5 when you.
I did.
No, I don't believe you because it didn't play bad on those consoles. Stop lying.
Hey, I'm just talking about this dude that T-posed and then like flew into the air and shit like that. So you know,
listen,
Well, even
listen,
in my
we're not-
game, I
we-
did
we're
that
not-
once. It didn't make me want to not play the game. Heck,
Oh no, I
mine-
never said. I never said. no, no, I
Mine
never
crashed
said I
about
stopped
80
playing.
times. I still played it.
I never said I stopped playing because it was bad. I just stopped playing. Like, yeah,
but you fucking want to play with Chun-Li in a fucking Monster Hunter suit.
I'm
Fuck
playing
out
as
of
I don't
here.
know.
Cammy right now. What are you talking about? And it was Cammy whose skin I got, not Chun-Li.
Yeah, I bet you like Cammy. You just want to see a thong between ass cheeks and gaming.
And you
Weirdo.
don't? You want to see Bison's tongs?
I mean,
All right,
No, I
want
want
to know
to be like your wife.
Blade, my friend.
I want to be like your wife, fuck boy. I want to watch the bulges, you fucking bitch. Fuck
I
That's
mean,
what
you.
we think about it and cut off the answers.
Did you guys talk about the Black Panther game that was canceled? Was it going to be
Yeah,
something?
We haven't gotten there
We
yet.
got-
Yeah, I was
He's
thinking-
complaining about people looking at Cammy's thongs like it's a bad thing. I'm like, why in the fuck
mean,
is that
Get
a bad
outside.
too
Get
long ago.
outside.
Not
Get
too long ago.
outside. I'm
Like,
trying
is
to
Cammy's gonna be
fucking
outside in the
news.
thong. I'll go outside if Cammy's
Get
outside
the
in the
fuck
thong.
out. Leave your house.
Chun-Li throwing kicks
Yo,
outside. She's
Did,
doing a
did you
kick
see her?
against the
Did you see the whirlwind kick? I saw a twat.
Yes, come on now. You didn't freak out when you saw
Nah.
Chun-Li's whirlwind.
I don't know.
No, I don't-
Gaming does not do that for me. I'm sorry. You fucking weird dudes that sit in here and
No,
grease up and lube up the fucking video games.
Listen,
Not me.
anyone that watched Super
collection of-
Roger Rabbit says that they didn't go damn when they saw Jessica Rabbit. I call
Yeah, but
bullshit.
she
I
was
don't give a
based-
fuck that she's
But she was
animated.
based on a real person. But she was based on a real person. That's like
a
those
real
idiots
person
that
looks
get
like
on
Jessica
one-
Rabbit.
Wow.
Show me.
Wow.
I will sell all my world
Actually,
possessions and marry that bitch now.
Yeah, okay, wait. Let me give you a little bit of background. Jessica Lange. She is based off Jessica Lange.
Oh,
I'ma say
shit,
this.
now you-
I think we're getting.
I don't know about some of y'all, but I get outside and I deal with some
But,
nice
but I
things.
will say this.
I don't look for
But
gaming
it's the
for
same
that.
thing.
I'm
I don't
sorry.
look at games for stuff like that. Just like I don't
Yeah,
look at
me
games.
either.
No. I'm not picking
Nah,
up games.
nah, yes, you do.
No, nobody's saying you go to gaming for that. All we're saying is that when you see a fat ass in a game, that even you who's outside goes,
I don't go, oh my God, that's hot. Because
I
it's
really,
something.
yo, I,
no,
yo,
you don't say it out loud, Paul, but fuck you for having
No.
in that head.
No,
Fuck
because
you for having in that head,
no
Paul.
bullshit.
No, I was on Monster Hunter before the Cammy and Chun-Li crossplay or whatever collaboration. Even with Celebrate, I'm just like, yeah, the character is nice.
Or even the bitch from Cool World.
Play it like.
God,
listen,
come on,
I
now,
can
where's
show you
Smoke
some
when I
pictures
need
on
him
my
with
phone
some
about
stellar
something
game?
nice. Trust me, I don't look for games for that, bro.
No,
That's not.
I don't
No,
look for
sir.
games and I don't look for animation for that stuff
No,
either.
I will say
You know
no.
what I do? I share my pictures with people like 100 and Back from the Dead, and they go,
It's like when people were
People are playing fucking Marvel Rivals for the
Not
gameplay,
gaming.
but they also
Not
acknowledging that
gaming.
Emma
You can
Frost be looking
appreciate
thick
it.
in that game.
We can appreciate it. It's the weirdos where people like champion, and this was when the first Descendant first came out, and a few months after, where people are like, oh my gosh, it's so great. The Western developers are scared. I'm like, how's the actual game doing? Like, I appreciate
Right.
the designs, but how's the actual game doing?
like
And-
Stella Boobs. That character is dressed
Like, I don't
nice
know.
and
I've
all
been
that.
on
I'm
Rule
worried about the
34 for
gameplay,
the
bro.
last week and a half.
I don't look at Bayonetta and said I will digitally get her pregnant.
No,
I
like,
will digitally get Bayonetta pregnant. No, I'm not one of those guys. I'm
I can
sorry.
appreciate a fine character design, but that's not the priority.
No, it sound like it. It sound like it, motherfucker.
It's just
I
like
just want to highlight the
those-
hypocrisy here. I just want to
when-
take a
when-
second. I just want to take a second and highlight the hypocrisy here. Lemon here is criticizing me about lube when this man has a CVS version of lube, a CVS collection of lube in his fucking office right now. Okay,
yeah, but it's not animated loop. It's a real-
animated loop.
One of my
Don't matter.
biggest
Still
videos
fucking-
on my
Still
one of
fucking
the-
lube.
It was one of my best videos on YouTube back in the days when Street Fighter 4 came out. No, 5. Excuse me. Street Fighter 5 came out. I put the character and she had, I forgot her name. One of the new characters with the big boobs out. Fucking 8,000 people viewed it. I said, are you serious?
It's back to the old days of thumbnail clickbaits, man. You know,
nobody played Tomb Raider initially because the gameplay was good. The gameplay was good later, but you didn't play Tomb Raider.
Triangle titties, man. Come on. Like,
No,
what
come
the
on.
fuck?
Pick up the game.
I do not play any game based on, oh my God, she's hot.
Yes,
No.
me either.
gotta
Thank
know
you,
that.
Paul.
No,
Fuck outta
nobody's
here.
saying you you doing that. We're just saying.
Actually, Wize is.
And then you're like, damn, she got some big
It might draw you in, but I want to know the rest of the game. Like,
No, it ain't even gonna draw me in. I don't.
Nah, I'm sorry. I'm not one of them guys.
I want to play that game because she got big titties and an ass.
Right?
No.
Nah, not that guy.
Nobody's saying you're that guy. We're that.
No, I'm not saying you're that guy. I'm saying Triple's that guy, motherfucker. You heard what I said. I didn't fucking stutter.
No. I mean, let me walk you back a little bit. What was one of the complaints people had about Concord? Character designs, right? I know
that doesn't mean you wanted them to all have big titties and ass. That would have.
Hey, listen, if they all look like Jessica Rabbit, half naked, that game would be fucking top 5 right now.
A certain character design can draw you into the project. You're not gonna.
That's some lame shit. When they say, "Yo." The character designs, motherfucker, is a first-person shooter. You don't see the character.
Point, like it's still
no, but
they don't make that sense.
Metroid, help me out. Your favorite Nintendo game, you didn't even know it was a woman. It had no boulders, no nothing.
All right. Let me. Can I get in this combo?
Go ahead.
Okay, I don't
shooters. Like, come on now.
I actually like my characters to be, visually pleasing, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to play no fucking chick or do that looks like fucking in McDonald's for fucking breakfast.
So you're not gonna watch Last of Us because fucking Ellie's ugly?
No, I didn't say that. But at the same time,
he just said he's not going to buy the Lizzo skin for Fortnite.
Yeah, I don't want to play some ugly ass fucking chick.
No, the hitbox will be really big. You did that.
I want something,
and that's why there is no Lizzo skin in Fortnite.
I want something to look like larger than life, right?
I
don't read comic book. When we read comic book for superheroes, this character looks larger than life, right? Because we're trying to aspire to become what they are. The same thing with video games. If I play like a shooter, like Concord, in part, it failed because the characters were fucking ugly as hell. Let's just keep it a buck. All right. But I'm not demanding like
they were ugly. They were just uninteresting and generic.
Exactly. They were very unappealing. But I don't need them to be running around in fucking bikinis.
I don't need them to be in bikinis or anything like that. Like even the
only game that we all got. I don't know about you, Triple. Was Dead or Alive volleyball. Yeah, nobody played that game. Honestly, one of you motherfuckers can tell me how the game played.
Do y'all remember?
Let's put that shit on cinema mode and just watch that shit.
I never played, but I remember that.
I'll tell you.
Jiggle physics are important.
Funny thing, I remember way back in I think it was maybe high school or something. Whenever DOA 4 or something that came out on the PS3, and you could shake the controller to make chest jiggles. And I showed my friend that he was stuck on the menu for a couple of minutes. Like, bro,
wow, y'all need to come to New York. Let me get y'all some. Let me hook y'all up, man. Let me get y'all some hoes, cause
I hope you're with them bitches.
Yo, look, listen, man. I didn't even want to go there, but let me get y'all some bitches.
I keep it a buck.
Yo, listen, man.
I've already
only game I bought like that was Dead or Alive volleyball.
I really don't.
I'm trying to play the lemon is they 2D.
I'll just go even further back than that. I remember Dave Mira BMXXX. Do y'all remember that game?
No, I don't. Tell us what it's about.
It was a bike game. Basically, it was like Tony Hawk.
Wasn't there a skin where it was like a chick with the sensor bars?
Yeah, they were all like porn stars and everything in BMXXX. Yeah.
Listen,
there was an actual game, wasn't it like the man game or some shit where they had?
The man game which we play on. We play on Tuesday.
That shit got banned everywhere.
Let me tell you why. I get spooked out on X or Twitter, whatever the fuck.
Mm-hmm.
When people follow me, I check their profiles. So when I see a dude or a female, I think it's a female, and they got an avatar of a sexy ass animated character. Every time I check their profile, it's some XXX weirdo shit, and I'd be like, mute. I don't want to block them, but I just mute them. I'm like, hey, man, I don't want to talk to you.
People, look at all the YouTubers.
Or it's a guy.
All the YouTubers,
it's always a dude, bro.
Their digital avatar is always a aesthetically pleasing character. No, there is no VTuber that has.
No, it's because they're weird. They're anime. People with anime.
100% agree.
They will probably troll you. They will probably troll you.
They have the ability to choose whatever avatar because it's their VTubers. They're going to pick anything to look like. None of them are choosing to look like ugly, fat people. None of them.
I don't know. I've seen. I mean, you haven't seen my recent avatar. I used you. Sorry.
Well, I mean, just for
clarity, you got to know what you pay for that shit, and where are my royalties? Goddammit.
As I said, is a hell of a drug.
As I said, when it comes to games, like that's the way I prioritize the game. Otherwise, I would be on first like everyone else.
I have no fucking problems telling people I want my character to look good. Look,
I'm the same way. I agree 100%.
They don't have to be sexy or they have to at least look cool. That's the bare minimum. Bare minimum.
Right, Logic. Damn, Paul.
Yeah, look cool.
No, but look at my here's my argument for all of that. Right, I like third-person over-the-shoulder games. Average runtime for an average third-person over-the-shoulder game is about 30, 40 hours, right? So for 30 to 40 hours, I'm looking at somebody's fucking back.
But here's the thing, Wise. After a while, I don't even see
good for 40 hours.
I don't see my own character after a while. I don't. That's not what I'm looking at.
Yeah, I'm
looking at what's in front of my Reddit.
I honestly couldn't make it through. I couldn't make it through Dead Space because Isaac just wasn't really doing it for me.
I don't see that character after a while. I seriously don't.
I know it did it for you. That fucked up Running Man and Siphon Filter, the ass switching. You like that shit, didn't you? Triple, you like that shit. I tried. I want a sequel of this.
He likes the silence.
I think I could have sworn the only Siphon Filter I really played was like a demo on the PSP.
So when you play Dead Island and you see a zombie with nice tits, you pause the game?
No, I kill it.
Hey man, did you time out? Did you see the second Resident Evil movie? Method Man crashed his car because he looked at zombie tits.
How many times do I have to say I don't?
That happened in the movie.
How many motherfuckers was doing memes about Resident Evil 8, the vampire chick? I was like,
listen, I don't give a shit what anyone says. If you want to sit here and say that the Lady Dimitrescu is not an attractive video game character, I'm gonna fuck
Yobi, man. They gotta get outside. Yobi, they could never go to Miami. They'd be fucking arrested for masturbation in public.
You're talking about lady that. I found that lady from Thriller, the Thriller video, the decrepit lady that came out started doing that. I found her fucking hot.
What the fuck is this man talking about?
Thriller video? I shot Lady Dimitrescu. I ain't feel bad for it. It was whatever. It's whatever. But that being said, I don't know how
you shot her. She dropped. You probably licked your fucking TV.
She was a fucking monster. She shot her.
I haven't played that Resident Evil. She's fucking big.
Man.
Yeah, no, she's tall as fuck. But
she a gargantuan bitch. But
this motherfucker Triple said I could eat her coochie while I'm standing up.
And she got like fucking J Cup tits. It is what it is. I didn't design her. Capcom did. But I'm gonna acknowledge their handiwork.
People are championing the fuck out of the first Assembly saying, "Oh, it's got bigger player counts than Destiny," blah blah blah. And I'm just like, bro, I know Bunny is high. I know all the other characters they introduced. She got a fat ass. I'm just like, I don't care about the game because it's not fun to play. I prioritize the fun part. Like if you have attractive characters, that's great, but it's a game fun. At the end of the day, it's a game.
Right. And listen, I like my characters at the very bare minimum look cool, but whether or not they look cool has no effect on whether or not the game is fun.
The game's actually fun. That's why not to get into a whole spiel about that, but that's why it's so weird seeing people upset about the new Naughty Dog game.
It's no different than you want a car that's high performance and fast and fun to drive, but you also want the outside to look nice.
The problem is that what people, at least the weirdos on the internet, are saying the girl has to look like this way, she has to look like this way. It's like when people do it,
and then they need to put up a picture of their girlfriend. I guarantee their girlfriend don't look like that.
What girlfriend?
What girlfriend? Right.
People say Katana from Mortal Kombat was ugly. I was like, what the fuck are y'all looking at? Katana from Mortal Kombat 1 or whatever.
The movie? Turkey.
The game. Okay.
People are saying she was ugly and they're doing like AI.
Not me, Click. I ain't with the shit. Ain't no Diddy over here.
Y'all just being super weird on saying they have to have the most crazy makeup and chest showing like crazy. I'm like, y'all are just
no game got the titty physics like Dead or Alive volleyball. Even
ready to rumble boxing.
No. Even they toes was sexy in Dead or Alive volleyball.
About DOA that had like $1,000.
Well, now hang on. He liked to watch the boxing one because he liked watching two big guys fight on each other.
This man is trying to clown on people for saying that Lady Dimitrescu is hot, but this man is saying, "Yo, the toes in the volleyball game was sexy as fuck."
He's right.
I got a foot fetish, motherfucker. I like pretty feet.
You guys,
And I got a tit fetish. And
I like,
Lady
you know
D's
what?
was
You know what?
massive.
You know why I like pretty feet? Because I like buying chicks stilettos.
You know me for liking the case, but you
Yo,
like
listen,
toes,
yo,
man.
He's like,
Supernova.
this man, no, bullshit. You for the last 15 minutes is like, y'all creepy, weird dude, fucking nasty ass, pervert motherfuckers. But them volleyball toes, yo,
But hold
them
on.
pixelated volleyball toes, though.
Yo, listen, I admitted it. Though. This motherfucker's in denial. He's denying his fetish.
You worse than us.
I don't know. Deny my fetish. It's a woman in tights. Like that's not saying anything crazy. Like
Yo, he went to go see that movie Men in Tights and was happy.
Toes and feet. I'm just like, you know what, you do you, but I don't know, man. Toes and feet. That's y'all thing. I guess.
Pixelated toes, though.
What Lemon is saying is after he played the volleyball game, his PlayStation controller was really sticky. But
No, I was playing that on Dreamcast. Fuck you.
his Dreamcast controller. My bad.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like, my knees have been
I was
casted.
touching those 4 buttons a different way after that game.
He was like, damn, my gun aiming is got better all of a
Yo,
sudden.
listen, I was rubbing buttons like areolas.
Damn, you got that mushroom edition controller, Lemon? You didn't tell us that. You got the mushroom skin? Where the fuck did you get that mushroom
The
skin?
Vibrator Pack XL, motherfucker.
Lemon, I ain't no expert, but I don't think that's how you use a fishing controller. I'm sorry.
Yo, listen, right.
I think that's how you're supposed to use that fishing controller.
Yeah, what you drinking? What you drinking over there, Super? Water?
Yeah, water with Mio.
No, that's fucking hilarious.
If I was drinking.
No. You know you can't drink like that on camera because we don't want to see you roll out like fucking Optimus Prime again.
Yeah, that was funny.
By the way, Metroid, thank you for the beer money. Thank you for the beer money. Yes.
Was that Paul?
Thank you for the beer money. Yeah.
Oh, no problem. Did you got any beer actually?
I have not been able to do that yet.
Yo, get that blue moon. Get that blue moon, Paul. That shit good.
Like 2 years ago.
I love blue moon.
Yeah, with an orange slice. Oh my lord.
Yeah, blue moon with an orange slice, man.
Yeah. Oh, you don't know nothing about that, Triple. You too young. You still on fucking titty milk. Shut up.
He's on no duels still.
Man, he's drinking the high C ecto cooler.
Yeah, look, when a dual controller came out, he was happy.
That's all,
He's
folks.
like,
Yeah.
I know how to use this controller. They can do an innie and an outie.
Oh shit! Go gadget thumbstick.
There's a reason PlayStation is not selling their adaptive controller for some reason.
Oh shit!
PlayStation, Jim Ryan's themselves.
Oh man, why did I take it here? I'm a fucking instigator, yo. And y'all all follow my bullshit. Y'all all fucked up here. You too, chat. You too.
I'm no better.
Hey, Black Panther canceled.
I don't know who LB is, motherfucker. You tell me who it is.
We've never seen it. I don't get sentimental about shit canceled I never even fucking seen.
Right.
It's like EA canceled
Today,
Black Panther.
people getting laid off and fucking fired, and it's so normal now.
But the only time it gets talked about is when Xbox does it. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Okay, so next week, Xbox Showcase is coming out. We also got the Switch 2 launching next week. So yeah, anything big that you think is going to happen next week that's going to blindside us? Anything that you heard from the scuttlebutt, Cerebral?
I wouldn't know. And if I did, I couldn't say.
I mean, you have more insight into these gaming things than I do. So
well, here's the thing. Even if I did, I couldn't say anything.
No, say it, bitch. Oh, Dooku.
Ain't nobody watching this.
No, we're not doing that.
Nobody watches this show. Yeah.
No. Somebody came to my chat the last podcast and was like, "Yo, I saw y'all on Wize. Y'all funny." Don't do that. No, we don't shoot ourselves down. You let other motherfuckers do it.
Yeah. Don't tell you. Don't
this
say.
Is one of the funniest shows on the internet. If you ain't part of this shit, you fucking losing out.
Yeah. Don't think to yourself,
Shit is
I suck. Let other
unscripted.
people tell you suck. You know,
Right. You don't say I suck. No. We don't.
Let
don't
other
do
people
that
say
around
yes.
here.
I've been wanting
you
my
can't
wife to
afford
tell
me.
me that I suck for years, but apparently that ain't happening anytime soon.
Wow.
Damn, that's a lot of info, man.
no.
You know
Yeah,
what?
That's why you got the red cover on your
Fucking
microphone.
Right?
Yeah, you
Wise, I'll be with you in a minute. I'm almost done with this elephant trunk. I'll be with you. He stays harder longer
what
than
happens
you.
is Wise tells his wife that I suck, and she goes, "Well, I don't." You know that's at least
That's
not
exactly
you.
what happened.
She would not be married if she don't suck. I'm
All right,
sorry.
well, the mortgage is due,
Oh.
motherfucker. Do what you got to do.
Right.
Oh shit! Yeah. So all
Better
right.
get your wife some Blistex.
Somebody got to pay them bills, baby.
Shit, if I need any lube, I know where to go, motherfucker. You know?
Yo, I-
Cappy stick.
Ah, fuck it.
I don't have to call. I don't call you Lemon. I call you Rite Aid.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Oh, jeez.
I call you Walgreens.
Ain't nothing. Yeah, wow, that's nasty. That's some nasty shit. That fuck you in that pink shirt.
All right. So yeah, okay. Anybody heard anything that might be happening that
I don't
might
think
take
anyone's
everybody
really
into-
said.
Are we gonna get one of those leaks where it's like
Got
Phil
insiders.
Spencer will come out on stage and say
Yo.
thank you for showing? Like they had the whole play by play. I'm like, yeah, this is totally legit. Like totally. No, it
Listen,
wasn't.
they're being hush. I told you
Yeah.
when it gets time to this year,
Yes,
they
man.
really try not. They don't. They be holding tight lip.
Yeah, they've been doing really good this year too.
Avoid as
Which
many
is
leaks
good,
as
man. I
possible.
hate people that be ruining shit. It's like I want to be surprised by shit. I want to
Agree.
see go, oh fuck. I don't
Oh,
want to
guess
know
what?
everything
This
that's
is
fucking
gonna
happening.
happen. Blah, blah, blah. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
If you want to
I
hear
hate-
something
I
that
hate that
doesn't
shit.
come true, ask Jez.
Oh,
That's
Oh.
fine.
Wow.
No, I mean,
I'm going to
Yeah,
get a
well,
call.
real quick,
Yo,
off
yo,
topic.
yo.
I want to tell you
Hold
one
on,
thing
I'm about to get a
that
call. I'm gonna get a call about that one.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you real quick a story about something that was ruined for me that really fucking pissed me off. When God of War 2018 was coming out, I was watching a lot of reviews like IGN and all those other places. Someone who had gotten a review copy of the game put the review up, and then their thumbnail put the fucking Blades of Chaos that nobody knew was in the fucking game.
Yep,
you're kidding.
I heard about
And
that.
it was in their fucking thumbnail. And I was like, you fucking idiot. I was like, do you not understand? You ruined
Just
like
spoiled it. Yeah.
that moment was still awesome to me, but
Mhm.
how awesome
I
would it have been if I
remember.
didn't
Yeah,
know?
when that
didn't know.
man, when that
I
I
first
gotta
happened,
shout
was like,
somebody in the chat, man. Shout out to Evil Click, man. He said, "Get our girl in Thailand. You'll get a surprise."
Wait,
Yeah,
wait, hold
especially-
on. You
Especially if you
forgot
go
the
to
quote.
Bangkok.
You forgot
I
the
know-
girl.
I know, pretty
quote.
girl. I pretty little boy.
I love you a long time.
Yeah, keep it up.
You like lady boy?
What do we get for $10?
You like lady boy?
Motherfucker take you in the back and be like, I could be whatever you want.
Oh,
You like go boom boom? Me like go boom boom.
he does that too naturally. You noticed that he didn't even have to sweat that. I just wanted to know.
Hey, listen. Here's what it is. Can't shame me, goddammit.
It was real tight, it chilled my body, and the feeling was right. It's all for love, it's you. I've been one, just roll those hips. Let's move some.
Yeah, when you get monetized, you better stop doing that.
Yeah,
yeah, you're gonna get copyright claims left and
He's
right.
about 800 subs short of that shit. We got a long
Yeah,
way to
fuck
go.
it. Yeah, I'm letting it go. I'm gonna take it a day at a time. Fuck it. You know, I'm enjoying one myself right now. So fuck that.
Get there, man. Day at a time. You were saying we're quite a ways. What's the sub count at right now? I know it was over 250, right?
three.
Three.
Oh,
Three.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, we're getting there. Well, I
That's
mean,
not
you know,
bad.
hey, look, you know, for a year and a half, a year and change, I'm not bad. You know, so
You're doing fine. Fuck
Yeah,
you.
Yeah, you're doing fine.
Dude, for the longest time, I was sub 100, and I was fucking like, dude, is this even worth doing? So like,
Are you enjoying it? Is what matters.
300 isn't bad, man.
Well,
And
from
the
what
thing
I've heard,
is,
it jumped-
it's not like you're making content all the time. It's these long form podcasts that aren't as popular as like shorts and things like that, where that's all the views go. So to get to 300 with long form content like this, I don't think it's bad at all, honestly.
Talk
yeah,
that shit.
and to be honest with you, this is all my schedule will allow me to do anyways. I mean,
Mm.
and so like, you know, I'm not faulting myself because I'm not able to basically invest as much time as I would like. So for what I'm getting, I'm not complaining, and I'm having fun doing it. So fuck it, you know. So.
Have fun every Friday. That's why I was here early, bitch.
This is our hobby. It's not our job.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
That's how you got to look at it. Exactly.
That's why I can afford that girl in Thailand. Thank you, Evil.
Which is why I would never want it to be, because I feel this is one of those things where I enjoy doing. If it became a job, when now it's a fucking thing I've got to do, and now you've got to do all kinds of other crazy shit because of that.
Right.
Like, I'd rather it be.
Well,
my
have you ever
hobby
tried
that
to
I
tell
enjoy.
Wize you're not going to show up, and then he begs and he pleads and he offers
Yeah.
to buy you shit, and
course, yeah.
No,
And it
because I've
works
only
for the
not
hobby.
shown up like twice. I'm always fucking here.
Well, okay. So nobody has anything to say regarding next week per se.
It's not.
I'm looking forward to it. I mean,
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm hoping that there's going to be some cool surprise, right? Or at least maybe more gameplay for things like Perfect Dark, shit like that. That's what I'm looking forward to.
I'm looking for Fable. I'm looking for.
Are we going to see Fable? Do you think?
We know we're going to get some the whole
I would
Outer
be
World
surprised
shoe
if we don't
focus
get
thing.
Fable, honestly.
By now we should get more Fable.
What's their
seriously.
zombie one? I forget what the fuck it's called.
State of Decay.
State of
State of
Decay. Was
Decay.
it 3?
Nice
I will
to see something
actually,
on that. Yeah.
I will
Maybe
actually would like to see
Everwild. Maybe
some,
Rare's figured out what Everwild is.
I want to see some gear.
Everwild's an RPG. It's an action RPG, bro.
Everwild.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Did they finally figure it out? No,
Really?
stop.
If you didn't know that, you need to fucking climb from underneath your rock.
What I
playing
wanna
out-
see
stop
is,
playing-
when did we learn that Everwild's an action RPG?
Yeah, when they fucking announced it.
They didn't even know what the game was when they announced
When?
it.
No,
Like 9 years ago?
yeah, they did. They said it was. They showed you a cutscene and said it's an action RPG.
They showed us some fucking magic deer.
Yeah.
No. They also
Mhm.
showed. They also showed the fairies and some other shit.
Some fucking first on fucking
What about that first trailer
he's
said
fucking
action
fairy.
RPG?
I will have
They
to.
came out and said
they
it's an
had
action
to read
RPG.
Oh, okay. They
Hold up.
said okay. I
They
don't.
said Microsoft came out and said it's an action RPG, and then they showed you cinematic graphics. They didn't show no gameplay.
I'm personally looking forward to Gears of War E-Day. I would like to see some gameplay of that.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool.
I'm looking forward to seeing. Hopefully, maybe they can show something more about Perfect Dark. You know. That's,
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
they did a nice walkthrough though.
They did. Yeah.
They did a nice walkthrough.
Yeah,
So
that-
if you didn't
that's-
see that,
I like that.
go
That
do
looks
some
really
homework.
good. It looks
That
really
shit
good.
looks amazing.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
still didn't put on the screen what I showed you, bitch.
yeah, but
Yeah.
this is this is the Everwild trailer that they showed.
Yep. Let me see if that's a complete one. Hold on. Let me see.
This is the first one that pulled up on YouTube. So I would assume that that's the one. So I don't know. I mean, but it looks good. I'm not going to take it away. The graphics look good. but-
Damn, look at all that action, bro. Holy
They didn't show, no, they didn't show gameplay. They didn't show gameplay.
Action adventure game. I don't know about the RPG part of it,
Look
but
at all them RPG elements.
It's not an
Holy
action
shit.
game. It's an action RPG, bro. I just told you what it is. You could fucking keep saying
Looks
the
like a
Xbox
bunch of
handheld coming out this
fucking-
shit. That don't make it facts.
It's like a
Hey, I
bunch of
didn't say
fucking
that
druid hippies to me.
Look at this fucking
Fucking nasty fucking
the
shit.
Lorax fucking
Druid hippie.
seal looking motherfucker. He looks like the Lorax.
Mm.
I think that the visual aesthetic looks. I hope that it
The
keeps
art
this
style is
aesthetic.
crazy.
I
The
think
art
this
style
looks
is
really
crazy.
cool. Yeah, the
Yes.
art style's really, really nice.
Yeah, I do
I
like
hope
the
that it
art
keeps
style.
that.
Yeah,
If they
I
keep
like
anything, I hope that it's the art style.
It's like an
Yeah, I like
anime
that.
type art style. It's nice.
Yeah.
Cartoon.
It's like
baby.
self shaded and anime like had a baby.
Yup. It's nice.
It
Even if
reminds me. It almost is on the level of like the what do you call it? The
Wind Waker.
fuck's that show?
Borderlands.
Ori?
No, the show that was on Netflix. The Arcane. It
Yes.
almost kind of reminds me
Yes.
of Arcane.
Mhm.
I think it's
Yes.
super cool.
Me. I'm gonna stop.
Well, I mean, I just hope, to be honest with you, that it's not like anything that goes down the vein of Sea of Thieves, because I'm not a Sea of Thieves.
It's not
type
a
of guy.
fucking. Why would you throw that bullshit in there? What the fuck do you be? You're an instigator.
No. Like I don't want
It's
it
not
to be
a
like
Sea
Sea of Thieves.
Have you played Sea of Thieves? Have you
I
played with a
played
group
Sea
of?
of Thieves.
That
I'm
shit
not
is
saying it's
awesome.
not a good game or about. It's not a good game for me. I don't. Like
No.
it.
Right.
Yeah,
I played
I
that shit.
played
I
that.
played that shit a lot, man. Yo, when you had those sea battles,
When you're with a
man,
good crew, it can be a lot of fun.
yo, that shit is fun as fuck. They on fucking season 16. They're doing fine.
I'm not saying it ain't a good game. I'm sure it is, but it's just not.
Actually, I've heard they're
something
going to cancel it because you're not playing. They specifically
Yeah, I
said
know.
Oh, shit.
Me not being a part of their. This is going to be
Paul
huge
read that on
for me.
Icon Era.
Yeah,
Oh,
I did.
shit.
Yeah.
That's a direct shot at you, Wize.
I know.
Don't take that. Yo,
that was
Wize,
just me recycling the joke Paul always throws out there. Then he gets the shit up
I
like
mean, my kids
icon
tried
error
to
or
put me
whatever.
on this
Paul always
game.
says that shit.
I mean, I've joined
kids
games
are
with
not-
my sons
Yo,
involved.
listen. Sea of Thieves is fucking awesome. The best part about it is when 100 was drinking in real life, we locked him up in the brig because he was bugging. Yo, he was.
No, it's a good game. Like,
No,
it's a good
it's
game for
awesome.
drinking or shit like that. Like,
No, but no,
Hey,
it's
listen,
fun. It is
I
fun
personally don't
as
think it's that
fuck.
great, but it shit on that other fucking pirate ship simulator piece
From
of shit that
Ubisoft.
made.
Yo,
Yeah.
listen, but no,
They
listen.
shit all over that.
You can't play that game by yourself. I tried. I got murdered.
Right.
But if you play with a crew,
Which is
it
that's
is
the way it's designed.
fucking-
It's designed
yes,
for people
it
to
is
have individual tasks
fucking
and work as a team.
awesome.
Yeah.
But
I'm
it
sure
is time consuming, like every MMO type style game. But it definitely is a fun fucking game. Definitely.
But
I was like,
it's working for them and it's successful, which is all that really
it's
matters.
successful on PlayStation too.
But you see, the problem is that those games are like kind of open form games where you get together. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a more concise, protracted experience.
Right.
And that's what I want.
That's
from
Outer
everything.
Worlds.
You're not trying to make your own fun. You want to experience the fun that someone already.
No, but
created
listen,
for
when you get missions, other people get those missions, and when you show up to that island and get those chests, or you get the rewards, or it's like a destiny.
Yo, bitch, them's are bananas.
No, I mean, I'm not saying. Okay, again.
No, I'm giving you the demographics of the game.
Yeah.
Right.
When you got to fight over an island, it got the fucking
the storms and shit too, right?
the cannon turrets, and if you go, you get out of pocket, you got the Kraken. You know what I'm saying? You running from that shit. Listen, it's really on some sea battle,
and it's really bad when you get the Megalodon and the Kraken back to back.
Yeah.
You don't have time to do shit.
Yeah, that game is, but you can't go in there. You can go in there by yourself and get a sailboat, a single fucking sailboat, and you're gonna get slaughtered. You got to go in there with a crew.
Though they do have safe sailing now, so
Yeah.
because I used to go in with a sloop.
He said
and I can
safe
have a lot of
sailing. Nah,
My
I'd
kids
rather
would
play
throw
with
me
my friends.
overboard and watch me drown.
Well, I would
Yo,
too,
listen.
dude. But sometimes just to go in and
That
chill.
shit is amazing. That shit is really, really.
Yeah, but when your ass is the one being thrown overboard and you watch your ass sink.
That's just because
the content that they drop, even with the fucking Jack Sparrow shit, that shit was.
Yep.
That
Not
shit is
if
like
you're in
playing
the
a
middle of
Disney.
the ocean, watch your
Lemon,
ass drown.
admit it. Both you and I would throw him in the brig every chance we got.
Yo, listen.
And-
Only
and
person I
sink
threw
the
in the
ship.
brig was 100, man.
And then sink the ship. And then
Yo, my boy 100, man. He
like,
was,
what did he do? He always be talking about Nintendo.
Yo, he was like, you hear him on stream begging, all right, I'm gonna behave, let me out. We was like, nah, motherfucker, stay in there. And
we need to do like a podcast where we're all playing Sea
Yeah,
of Thieves. That would
right.
be funny as
It's
fuck.
all the you're down there, where's all this water coming from?
We gotta have a
Guys,
veteran that can walk us through it because it's not no 1, 2, 3. You really gotta know what you're doing.
Yeah, I heard if you're like a high level pirate, you're gonna get fucking destroyed.
Yeah, you really
Like,
gotta
even
know
at
what
low
you're doing.
level, like during the tutorial phase, you gotta fucking get buckets to get water out of the bottom of the boat and repair holes in the hull. Like there's all kinds of just even at the base level shit. Not to mention when you got high level dudes who've been playing for months and months and years with crazy ass shit.
Exactly, that's what I said.
Blast your ass out of the water.
It's like playing World of Warcraft today. You're gonna get slaughtered.
Yeah,
you got to really invest your time, like any other fucking game. You know what I'm saying? You got to
Wasted on the
invest.
high seas. Wasted on the high seas. That would be
Yeah,
these
facts.
motherfuckers they got the black pearl and shit. You got some rinky
the game is
fucking
dope.
sailboat.
But it started. That was a game that it's made with longevity. When it first started, it wasn't too much to do. Now that world
There's
is
a lot to
fucking.
do.
There's a lot to do.
They've had a lot of time to add shit to it.
Yeah,
you need to have like 4 or 5 of your friends.
They on season
and plan the
16 for a
consistent
reason.
And I understand why they may want to even take Everwild down this road because it's an evergreen title for them. However,
But it's an action RPG, motherfucker. Why do you keep going down the left hand side? It is not that type of game.
To be fair, after that, they did say they weren't sure what the game was. Am I correct?
Yeah, I mean, essentially, had to restart, didn't they?
Didn't they have to restart?
No. They did not restart Everwild. Where the fuck y'all get your information from?
That's what I'm asking. I thought I'd heard that.
Xbox era?
Yeah, Icon era, Xbox.
Microsoft said what the game is. Period. They said what it is. We can't change what it is because we think of what we
It's
see.
been 5 years since. When did they announce this game? When was this trailer?
It was
I don't know.
probably 7 years ago, if I had to guess.
No, I
7
think
or
it's
8
like,
years ago.
4 years ago.
yeah, I was
Only
about to
been
say,
four-
I was about
no
to say
way.
3. I was about to say 3.
If they
It's
know
not- it
what
hasn't
this
been
game
that
is
long.
supposed to be, and it's 4 years now. It's
Yo,
high
listen.
time they show, right?
Yo, listen. I don't think.
No, dude.
bro,
Everwild was announced in November 2019, bro.
I don't remember that.
I don't know. This trailer.
I'm not saying
you're wrong.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I don't know.
At least back in June 2021, and you know, whoever sources you view credible was reported that it was essentially rebooted back in 2021.
Yeah, I mean that's what I had heard reported. Again, I don't fucking know. Like I don't think from where it went out on stage and
Last
said
I
that.
heard
But
action
it
RPG. I like the illustration. I like the artwork. Listen, when it's ready, first of all, games like that, just like Fortnite, which PUBG started, those games are not developed overnight. Those games are built with longevity. Final Fantasy 14. That game did not start out how it is today. Final Fantasy 14 is fucking amazing.
No,
yeah, I mean it's a slightly different situation with 14 because it launched, it was shit, then they killed the game literally.
Right, but I'm saying it took growth. Like these games are not built for today. They're built with. Look at Rainbow Six. When Rainbow Six came out, I'm a Rainbow Six fan. That shit was super generic.
Yeah, but it also helps that everyone knows what Final Fantasy is.
It also depends on, is this going to be a action RPG that's a cooperative live service game? Because that requires longevity, or is it an action RPG that's a single player experience?
Right, they didn't get into that. They didn't get into that. That's what we don't know.
Right, and if I'm going to be honest, looking at the trailer, it gives me the impression that it is something that's a cooperative experience.
Right.
Which is what I get from the trailer, but it could very well be something different.
Right, it could be something else, but we'll see.
Like the same sort of similar gameplay loop, if you will.
What gameplay? We only seen cutscenes.
Yeah, I don't know if we get a gameplay loop.
We ain't got no gameplay.
Well,
they didn't show no gameplay.
We have zero clue as to what it is because there's literally no gameplay of it.
Right. Okay.
It was just people dancing around with the animals.
Right. They just showed the cutscenes and the environments. You know, I mean,
the low axe.
Listen, you don't want them to rush something that has legs.
Are we going to see any third-party announcements on the show?
Of course.
Oh, I'm pretty sure we will.
They always got
some people will tell you every game we see is going to be a third-party announcement. But
you better tune in. You better tune into my channel because I'm doing Jeff Keighley show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing a special. Who makes what's the name again? Hitman.
IO Interactive.
They're making James Bond.
Yeah, look, I got a VIP to that right on that Friday. After the Jeff Keighley showcase, we getting Sprinter vehicle to that special quiet event. I'm doing IGN live for 2 days. Sunday we doing the Xbox event, 9 a.m, and then we're doing the watch party, and then after that we're doing another special Xbox event and something else. But you got to tune in to One Away Dragons to get that exclusive.
Yeah. But
am I joining you for any of that?
No, I'm gonna be in California, motherfucker. No.
Oh, you're gonna be there. That's right. I forgot.
Somebody shut his mic off.
I do.
Oh, you wasn't here at the beginning of the show. Yo, Paul. You better stop getting sensitive, motherfucker. I'll come over there with some clippers
and some baby oil.
First thing I'm gonna cut off is your fucking ears because you can't hear shit. Nah, I'm fucking with you. Paul, I'm playing. Paul about to get. Look, he turning red.
Dude, I've had a bad week. I told you.
There are games that I want to hear about.
I've had a fucking rough week too, bro.
I want to hear about BioShock 4.
Oh, pause.
I want to hear about BioShock 4.
Judas?
I want to hear about Judas.
4 is coming out.
Yeah, but I want to see it.
He's giving you his wish list of things he would like to see.
Okay.
I want to see that. I want to see Judas. Yeah. I really hype for Judas because I just love Ken Levine type game.
So do I. I really want to see more of that game. It looks amazing.
It looks super cool.
Yeah, it does.
Those are the games that like right now have me intrigued.
Yo, what the fuck is going on in the chat? Yo, Evil, what the fuck does that got to do with what I said? He tried to throw shots at you, Paul. Yo, run that motherfucker on. Just run over one of his toes.
Twice.
Yo,
forwards and backwards.
You know what I'm saying? Flatten out his fucking fucked up feet. He probably got fucking foot fungus and calluses.
I like his avatar.
Anything we got back on the topic of feet after hearing about his enjoyment of feet in DOA, but you know,
That's why Lemon's fixated on it. He's thinking about it. He just pretends he's not.
In case you all may not know, but I mentioned it. My computer did go tits up, and I'm.
Why you keep talking about that? You traumatized?
I'll be up there too, but yeah.
Dude, if I didn't have this piece of shit laptop, you wouldn't be talking to me right now.
First of all, that piece of shit laptop, you look like you do on your expensive fucking desktop.
Because it's the same camera.
It's not even really him, dude. That's his Force Ghost.
You're fine, Paul. Don't worry about it. People's shit go belly up all the time, man. You be all right.
Yeah,
you be fine. And your shit covered by warranty.
I know, but
did they pick it up though? Did they pick it up from you?
And don't take this the wrong way, but I think sometimes you downplay the situation that I'm in all the time.
No, I don't.
That little thing is a big effect on me.
No. Hold on.
Right. First of all, he's just trying to make light of it, just to be
right. I'm just cracking jokes, bro. It's not personal. You my guy. Once again, you're my guy. I got you. We had this conversation about. I told you, don't worry about it. It's under warranty. The problem was, like I said, did they pick it up or did you had to go out there?
I had to ship it. It went out on Tuesday. They get it Monday. After that, it'll be as much as 2 weeks before I get it. Before they're done with it. So,
and you'll be back with
the same. Are they repairing that exact one?
XSplit V cam.
Yeah.
You know, when it looks like
what's wrong with my
an Iron Man helmet.
I use that so I can blur the background. You don't want to see what's behind me.
Is that where all the dead hookers
dead bodies?
No. It might be some chick with some big tits, and Triple Cup will be Triple Combo would love to see that.
That's where he keeps all the NDA information. He don't want to share
sitting
with
on top of his head right now. We just can't see him.
No, just
he said, "What you want? Titties down? Wow, yo, click, man, you on fire."
Hey, I mean, he always complains about his computer going tits up. I would love my computer to go tits up.
That's not how you spell titties. I had to look at that word and said tights.
Yeah, it's missing a T and an I.
Vic the Clint has never said he knew how to spell. Okay.
I would also accept if it had double D's instead of two T's. I would accept that spelling.
Right.
Vic misses the days I called him Vic the Clit all the time. So
All right, let's go ahead and call it a night, guys.
Yeah, I was about to say.
No,
I got meds and shit and food.
It's 9:30. Yeah, we got to go ahead and log off, everybody.
I gotta go play Returnal. All right, let's go.
Let me go to the man to my immediate left. Cerebral, tell us where we can find you, sir.
You can find me at X Cerebral Paul 1, Twitch is Cerebral Paul. Thursdays for GQ TV when we have a show, and then Fridays here.
Let me go to your Twitter right now and break. Fuck you.
And then sometimes on Lemon Show on Saturday, and I'm an editor for the lordsofgaming.net and also for 4GQ TV. Other than that, that's about it.
You can find him stuck in alligator shit.
Nope.
Him and his swamp ass. There we go. All right. My next one. Triple, my man, tell us where we can find you, sir.
And you can find me here sometimes on Fridays. You can find me on Twitter and YouTube and Twitch at Triple Combo Gaming. Yeah. Not talking about titties all the time, but ogling at.
Nobody's going to watch you or listen to you if you don't talk about titties all the
time.
Motherfucker.
He just said the money makers won't be there. Everybody unsubbed.
I never promised it from the get-go. Maybe in the future I'll become a first descendant streamer for Lemon, just to finally be out there.
No, I need you to play Stella Boom. I need you to play Stella Boom. Stay in your lane, motherfucker. Stay in your lane.
I play a little bit of it. It's actually pretty fun.
Speaking of Lemon, my man, tell us where we can find you, sir.
Man, you can find me here every Friday. Even next Friday, I'm gonna try to pull up. You can find me in California next week in all these events, bringing you behind the scenes. And listen, members. Once again, I'm dropping members shit behind the scenes. I'm bringing you Iron Lords, Colt Eastwood, fucking Paris, Danny Pena. We're gonna be live. I'm always gonna drop that good footage, and I'm gonna be bringing you games that you might not have heard that we might be playing. So I will be definitely putting that footage up. It's going to be a lot of shorts dropping. This is my favorite time to be a gamer. This is Christmas for us nerds.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? This is definitely the time we in tune to our cell phones, our monitors, our PCs, our laptops. This is what we live for. And at the end of the day, no matter what we debate about, it's all about gaming, man. So I'll be definitely giving everybody some behind the scenes look, man. Some walkthroughs like I did at PAX. People was like, yo, your walkthroughs was crazy. Yeah, I try to do that. So that's what I'll be bringing next week. And you can find me at One Away Dragons TV and Dragons Den tomorrow. I don't know who's going to pop up, man. I'm supposed to be on the Iron Lord Sunday. I'm supposed to go see Mission Impossible. So I'm trying to figure that shit out. Cognito was like, you didn't hit me back. I said, I'm trying to figure it out, bro. So yeah, you can find me there too. But yeah, happy gaming, man. Best time of the season is June.
It's the World Series for gamers. It's the Super Bowl for the gamers right about now. So yep.
And let me say this for the record. Don't let no fucker on Twitter spoil your enthusiasm for what's coming next.
Mm-hmm.
Do not let these dudes ruin your fucking hobby or derail your enthusiasm for anything you're looking forward to. I don't care if it's fucking Pac-Man remastered. If you like it,
please don't
we love
use
it.
a game off of one still shot of a game that was poorly edited.
Oh, we got to talk about that Switch too.
Oh yeah, we're going to talk about that. Well, kind of.
Which I will be at my house next weekend.
Yeah, thank you, Paul.
All right. Nova, man, tell us where we can find you, sir.
YouTube, Supernova Gaming, Twitter at Yo-Yo It's Nova, and then here every Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern for Wasted with
Yo,
Wild.
Nova, you know what? I was going to invite you tomorrow because you're
No,
wearing
you
a Yankee.
me?
No. If you want to come through, you're always welcome.
What am I supposed to be wearing a Mets hat? I'm not Puerto Rican.
Hey, what's up with that? Be careful.
Whoa. First of all, most Puerto Ricans in New York love the Yankees. Mets is Queens, motherfuckers.
Right.
Well, I'm not from there either.
Yeah, no, I'm just
know
saying.
that.
I'm just saying, if you was in New York, the Puerto Ricans would chop your ass up for that comment.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, facts. What?
What?
All right, Lord Metroid, tell us where we can find you, sir.
You can find me here every Friday night and on Twitter, and you could also add me up on any gaming platform if you want to play some games.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not inviting you, bitch, till you get on camera.
One of these days.
I felt like inviting you tonight, but fuck you, you fucking mystery man.
He's uninviting everybody today.
I know, right? Nah, I don't want to go.
No, but if you want to come through, hit me in my DMs on Twitter. Just say it's 7:00 tomorrow. It's not because I got to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
7:00 p.m.
I'll let you know. I might be playing Nightreign, but I'll let you know.
And fuck your gaming life.
I do want to thank.
Hey! Just because you don't game doesn't we can. Shut the hell up.
I'm on vacation after the fucking 3:00 tomorrow. Fuck that.
There you. Good for you, man.
I do want to thank Slow Mo Backslap for showing up.
Yes,
and you catch him on DPS Podcast with Gaming Forte on Friday nights. What time do they go live?
Oh, shout out to Forte. He want one of my puppies.
You sold him a puppy. Really?
No, I didn't sell him shit. He asked for it and I didn't answer because I got to ship it.
He AXED.
I don't know if I will ship. Yo, they only like fucking 2-3 days old. I don't know if I want to ship a puppy when it gets 3 months to somebody. I don't feel comfortable.
Are their eyes still closed?
Yes. They was born 2 days ago.
You're not supposed to sell them until 8 weeks in. Anyway.
No, but I sell my dogs at 3 months.
Yeah, that's safe. That's the best.
Right, that's safe. But I don't,
Otherwise, they got separation anxiety.
Yeah, 8 weeks is the minimum, though. 8 weeks is the bare minimum. So.
You sure, Yobi? Because you be on some bullshit. I got 14 jobs.
Well, I've been wanting one of those jobs. Oh, well. Anyway, so yeah. So I want to thank Slow-Mo Backstop for stopping by in. And of course, he is welcome anytime. He has a open door policy for this podcast. And well, anyways, that is our show for tonight. So yeah, a little bit of show notes. Unfortunately, there will not be a podcast on next Friday. Surprisingly so, because I will not be in town. I will be at a wedding.
That's
So
a shame. 'cause
You
the
know
Switch
why?
comes
Fuck
out
that.
on
We
Thursday.
still haven't talked
Yep.
about the Switch launch and the
Yeah,
anticipation.
I just said that. Yeah.
What the fuck? We didn't even finish the fucking. You always talk about the Switch. If Sir X-Men was here, you would switch that motherfucker to death.
all right, okay. We'll go overtime a little bit, 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah,
All right,
just
no
for a little
Well,
bit.
well,
And-
all right.
I got a bunch.
A Switch.
Would you do
too.
Lemon?
Hold up.
I ain't gonna beat you, me bitches.
I'll see you guys next week.
Oh, you're
All right.
leaving? And then Nova's like,
Yeah,
I don't want no fucking
I got
part of this.
meds and I got food I gotta
All
eat.
right.
So
All
All
right.
right.
all right,
Take
I'll see you
care.
guys. Well, I'll see you guys in 2
For
weeks.
sure,
All
motherfucker.
right,
We're
Take care, man.
we're gonna be doing a show. I'll talk to you on the DMs for it. So yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Later, guys.
Take care, man.
All right, bro.
So yeah, Switch 2.
Whoa.
Okay. Apparently Nintendo owns it. There's a lot of people backlashing about this, like, oh my god, Nintendo controls the hardware. Well, so does PlayStation.
Who the fuck
Yeah,
does
no
it?
shit.
What the fuck? It's their hot, right?
So does Apple TV.
Right.
No shit. I mean, have you read an ELA in the past decade? Like, ain't nobody
You
owns
called me a
shit.
hoe. Fuck you, Yobi.
Owning shit these days. I'm sorry to say. Yeah.
That was a good one, Yobi.
I mean, they have it all in their clauses, but I don't think they can legally exercise that. Like, there is a precedence that if they block it, they better have their ducks in a row to block it, because
They'll
you
probably get a
look
huge class lawsuit if they do that.
they better have their ducks in a row, because otherwise they're being. But yeah, the Switch 2.
I don't know. What do you think, Paul? Since you have some thoughts on this.
I mean, you remember, because in previous generations, Xbox has blocked consoles and stuff. Now, whether they can still do it is a different story. Whether the laws have changed or but it's been done in the past.
Mhm.
But usually
Only the
they do-
modded ones. Only modded.
right?
Xbox did.
right. Modded. Yep.
But so I mean, it all depends on how they're going to prove you're doing something that violates it to the point to where they think they need to ban you.
Right.
That's going to be the hard part.
Mhm.
Well, Xbox was banning motherfuckers who was playing bootleg games online.
Well, yeah.
But they were banning them from online, but they were not bricking the console, were they?
No, they wasn't bricking it. They just was not locked that console's modem IP out.
Right.
Oh, the
Route-
IP. Yeah.
Yeah,
Though
was-
they in the 360 days they did brick them. They outright just said nope.
no,
Is that
but you could
legal?
still use it offline, but you couldn't use it online.
I seem to
I-
recall they actually bricked some of the units too, but
Those units were bricking themselves, though.
yeah, probably because they were getting modded, and then when they couldn't get online, they were.
So
Half
yeah,
of the
I'm
360 would
probably
push
gonna
themselves.
get for the Switch launch. I'm definitely gonna get a Bravely Default, Mario Kart World, and that's
What
about
is
it.
coming out on the launch besides World? And
About it's like 24 games coming out.
but they're
actually.
all third-party games that have been out.
It's
Right?
already out, right?
Yeah. Right.
What new?
Besides
Nothing.
Mario
No, I'm
Kart
kidding.
World, come on, Paul, don't do me. He's like, no. I mean, sure, it's only Mario Kart World, but that Mario Kart World is very popular. That was-
I know, but I'm just saying, yeah, for the most part, most of the games they listed that were coming
yeah,
out
I know.
at launch are third party, already been out. Everybody,
I'm just getting it thanks to my man Wize over here,
Yeah.
because I could talk to people.
Wize / Paul. I think we both have a hand.
And
in that.
I know a lot of
Yes,
people are
yes, yes,
kind
you
of
did. Yes, you
unhappy.
did.
That there's not like a Mario or Zelda at launch, but I mean, that's Metro Prime 4 and Bonanza coming out this year. So, I mean, it won't come out at launch, obviously, but there's still some exclusive games. It's just not at launch.
Yeah, but I mean, they don't have the only thing that I really am kind of hesitant about.
Cyberpunk 2077 at launch. Oh,
Well, I mean,
I love
do-
that game, but I'm not playing that on the Switch too. That's for sure. Yeah.
I mean, I understand Mario Kart is a bigger franchise, at least unit for unit sales than
Mhm.
Zelda. However, Zelda still, I think, carries more weight as a game than Mario Kart.
Oh,
So,
absolutely. No,
They've
question.
never launched a console with Mario Kart, but they never before launched a game with Zelda before, I think, last gen.
No,
So,
right.
yeah, it's unprecedented. It's going to be interesting to see. I do think that a lot of people who are going to be buying it are buying it just like me and Lemon and everyone who are buying it. They're buying it for future promises.
Right.
So yeah, I mean Mario
I
Kart.
think the Mario Kart back I'm getting, that's the one that's going to Lemon, I think, because he said that's what he wanted, right? You wanted the Mario Kart.
No. I'm getting it from Wize. You added to that. Remember?
Yeah.
I told
We'll
you
talk
that.
about it. Yeah, we'll talk about
Let's
it.
No, but I mean,
that
but I think the game itself is coming from my pack, I think, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, or something like that. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is that like
I don't care because I'm not keeping it. So yeah.
yeah,
you go.
but the thing is, it's going to be interesting because, like, to be honest with you, full disclosure, I have no interest in Mario Kart. I mean, it's a game.
I like Mario Kart, right?
Mhm.
Only game from Nintendo I really don't fuck with. Well, it's like 3 games. I don't fuck with Pikmin,
Mhm.
and I don't fuck with Animal Crossing.
Mhm.
Great games for people that
Agro games. I don't play them either, Lemon. So I'm in the same camp.
play them. So I don't shit on the game because I don't play it.
Yeah, for sure.
I play Mario Kart.
Right.
That's the only thing I want
Mhm.
because I really want to play my back catalog and be able to fucking team up and talk.
I'm
Like
actually, that's
Ultimate
what I'm
Alliance
looking forward
3.
to as well. I'm just looking for better improvement in the
Yes.
performance.
Yes.
Basically.
Right.
Like, you know,
Right.
when I plug in my Breath of the Wild, the shit ain't stuttering when I'm going and picking up the.
Well, I
Master
hate
Sword or
that
some shit
game,
like
so-
that.
I love Breath of the Wild.
Well,
I
I mean,
don't.
you know, there's no reason for that game that came out in 2017 to be stuttering in 2025.
No,
That's all
fact.
I'm saying. You know,
But I don't like.
sure.
I
I
don't.
agree.
I don't like they pay scale.
Even though I
for the
like Breath of
fans.
the Wild, but I prefer the traditional Zelda games. But I do like Breath of the Wild. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much of these consoles are going to sell for FOMO and how much of these consoles are going to be selling because of the strength of Mario Kart.
No. It's all formal, bro. It's not Mario Kart. If they brought a huge game that would be like, oh shit, would be Smash Brothers.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Mario, a Mario game.
A 3D
No.
Mario is what we were
Smash
expecting.
Brothers sells more than Mario, bro.
Well, so does
But
that thing sells more than Zelda.
hold on. Let me clean this up. Let me say this. Mario sells 30 million. Smash Brothers sells 35 million. So it's not like
But then Mario Kart
they're
sells
both
70
hits.
million, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mario Kart is
yeah.
huge. Yeah.
See, and that's the problem that I have. I know the numbers say 70 million units and is by and far Nintendo's best-selling IP. However,
75
it
million.
doesn't.
Yeah.
Does everyone understand? It doesn't.
No,
have
you're
the
right. You're right.
Weight of a Zelda or a Mario.
No, because they're more. Well, you know what? Mario Kart been around since fucking Zelda 2.
Mario Kart's been around since the
Only
SNES.
thing that's earlier than Mario Kart is F-Zero.
Agreed, but even
but they got
but
legs.
they were also after. But even Mario Kart was never like. If you would ask a Nintendo fan as what are their biggest franchises, they would say Mario and Zelda. Mario Kart would be a second tier. You know,
but the numbers,
lies the problem.
but it's not a problem because they both sell big ass numbers. So it's really not a problem for Nintendo. They don't give a fuck.
No, they don't.
They don't because listen, if you sell 70 million Mario Karts and you sell 30 million fucking Zeldas, they don't give a fuck. They winning anyway. They really don't care. It's not like, you know what I'm saying? It's not look at the numbers we're talking about.
Yeah. Tears of the Kingdom sold 10 million copies in 3 days.
Right. Look at the numbers.
Like,
they're not losing. They don't give a fuck what
they're not.
Well, they know
don't care.
this console ain't going anywhere. This console may or may not hit Switch levels of successes, but it will be over 100 million sold. I'm telling you, by the end of it all, over 100 million.
I always say it might hit the Switch One sales. It depends what games it will have. It's always about the games. You know
it's true. This is true.
I know it's not going to sell. Shout out to Cozy, third party.
Yeah. Well,
I agree.
I mean, and see, that's the thing.
If
with
you
Switch,
think Cyberpunk going to do something wrong with you.
But I already own all the other 2 platforms. So I mean, if you only own a Switch, 1 or 2, obviously you're gonna get the third party.
Nope, not on Nintendo.
No,
sir.
I'm saying if that's the only platform you own, Lemon.
Nah, nope. Nintendo fans buy Nintendo shit, bro. No, sir.
Yeah,
and see, that's the thing.
You're right. But if you only own a Nintendo platform, you're only gonna get third party games on that platform.
Bro, Nintendo fans that only own Nintendo are Nintendo heads.
But I'll tell you this much: they can phone this console cycle in because they know
for sure
that if as long as they release the next iteration of Zelda, Mario, Pokemon,
Right.
Smash Brothers, Pikmin,
Right.
Splatoon,
Right.
Mario Kart, they're going to get their 100 million sales.
Splatoon is one of my favorite games that I didn't buy the sequel to.
Splatoon is great. Yeah.
Because of one reason. Voice chat.
Was it now there's no excuse, right?
No, right. I loved Splatoon. I loved it.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
But you couldn't really talk to nobody.
Nope.
And it's a team-based game. It's like playing Rainbow Six with no fucking chat. You playing with the PC. Excuse me, NPCs.
And let me tell you, because Splatoon is cartoony, you gotta have strategy in that game.
No, Splatoon is not a fucking easy game.
Yeah, it's
It
not.
is complete strategy.
It
Just
is.
like, you know what my favorite Pokemon is? I don't play the regular Pokemon. I play Pokken Tournament. I love that game.
These next Splatoon matches are going to be for real because now they've implemented mouse control. But that shit's going to be on point. I'm telling you, there's going to be much more different.
Okay, I appreciate y'all dudes that's going to try to use that shit as a mouse on that fucking.
No. But you can you can Bluetooth another mouse to it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Bluetooth any mouse to it now.
Yeah,
they showed that last week.
Yeah,
which is cool. Yeah.
So those games.
My hands is too big. You see my mouse right here?
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
I mean, but you can imagine if somebody is doing mouse controls with that, they're going to have better control over their
bullshit. I fuck up PC dudes on Call of Duty all day. No, sir.
Really? Over mouse controls?
And it depends. It depends on how well the mouse performs too. It depends on how well.
Mr. Pope, you play Call of Duty with me. You see when PC dudes come in there, I'll be like, I'm fucking all y'all up. And they be like, yeah, whatever, console dude. And then I'll be on the top of the fucking food chain with 70 kills. I'm busy. Mouse and keyboard don't do it for me. My hands are big. I got catcher mitts. Look, I got a big ass head. See my face? Gone. Look, if you are everybody with mouse and keyboard is not good. They're not good. Because you got a mouse. That don't mean you good with it. That mean you could possibly be good.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody with a controller that play fighting games, that don't mean they can fucking play. You have a fighting stick. I hate fighting sticks. I like joypads, right? With 6 buttons on the face. Mm-hmm. The other night I'm playing K-Mega. We playing Power Stone. I beat the fucking brakes off him. But on the stream, you hear his
stick,
fighting stick. He clicking. I'm just pressing buttons, whooping his ass. He said, God damn, you good at Power Stone. I said, either I'm good at Power Stone or you suck with that big ass fucking controller. I like game pads. I always buy Ori 6 buttons on the face, always with a D-pad and an analog, and I will whoop your ass. I can't stand the arcade sticks. I don't like it. So everybody got their niche. Because you got mouse and keyboard, like I said, you could ask fucking Scrub Nurse, you could ask fucking Mag. Mag said, even fucking King David said, yo, fucking Lemon is a fucking problem. Yeah, like I'm a killer. I'm a born killer with a controller.
The last joystick I bought was the NES Advantage.
You know what the last joystick I bought? Sega Saturn, the Virtua Fighter 4, I think it was.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I'm not buying no more fucking joystick controllers. I suck. Give me a gamepad. When the Saturn came out with that 6-button face controller, I was beating everybody ass in X-Men versus Street Fighter, whooping your ass. All these dudes, click, 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 click. I'm doing the shit. It's like, listen, everybody got their own thing.
Which Street Fighter you like, Lemon?
I like 6.
Oh, 6? Yeah.
I like 4 and I like 5.
Yeah, I like 4. Yeah.
Yo,
I never play 5, but I play 4.
I'm a Street Fighter dude, but I don't use joysticks. I mean, arcade sticks. Fuck that. Mm-hmm. They take too much to think.
But let me just say this. this console, I think they're launching this console. I think everyone is pretty much launching it the day before, like at midnight or thereabouts. I think even GameStop is like, you can come in at 3 p.m.
Put Yobi's comment on stream. Highlight that.
Mega made it seem like he won because he picked it.
Because he was getting his ass whooped every round. He was picking all the high-powered characters. I was beating that ass with one dude. One dude. He was like, I see, yo, this is my Power Stone is my shit. Power Stone.
Remember Power Stone in the arcades? It was
listen,
man.
Power Stone, listen. K Mega was like, you got that? Every other play. Oh my God, you got that? It was you got that for about 3 hours. I said, yo, I gotta go to bed. He'll fight one more. I beat his ass. I see, I gotta go.
No more, please.
Yo, right? No more. No mas.
No mas.
No mas.
Guys, it is 9:50. I need to get running because it is my medicine time. So let me go ahead and call it a night. So yeah, that we've already done on everyone's outro. So yeah, you can catch us here every Friday.
Have a great weekend, everyone.
Every Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern with these motley cast of characters. And me, on the other hand, as always, is the Wise Old Gamer. You can find me on PlayStation, Xbox, and X, and Blue Sky, Wise Old Gamer with a Z. And yeah, so as I was saying earlier, we do not have a show next Friday, but I will be having our like predictions show, if you will, next week earlier, like Wednesday. I'm
in.
Wednesday, yeah.
I'll fly out to Thursday morning. I'm in.
Okay, Wednesday evening. So yeah, we'll go ahead and do our prediction show Wednesday, and then we'll do the Xbox post-mortem.
He said post-mortem like a dead body.
Post-mortem
I wouldn't call it that the way people have been talking. Holy shit.
All the corpse that says was gonna throw down.
Basically, once the shit settles, if you will, on the following Tuesday. So yeah, I'll be posting all of those on Twitter as they come up. But just know that, for example, this next Friday will not be a show. We'll have the show on Wednesday, and then we'll have a new show on the following Tuesday as well. And we'll still continue with our shows as typical on Friday. So yeah, so that's our show for tonight, everyone. So yeah, remember, you can be anywhere, but you've not been anywhere till you first been wasted with Wize. Have a great night, everybody, and
another one of the books, bitches.
Oh, calm down.
All right.
Let's go.
Have a great night, everybody. All right.